All right, take us away.
And welcome back to the Odyssey. All right. Last week, or 2 weeks, or however long ago, last episode, we got to explore Porto Nova a little bit more in depth. We got to look around the city, do a little bit of shopping, more like a lot of shopping for those of you who actually listened. Let's see. A lot of plans were happening trying to get into the upper city, but a lot of nothing was happening. Volley took a trip to the black market and then took a trip to the strip joint where he met a weird man-lady named Spellcraft. Well, Dr.
Spellcraft is all man. He's chiseled.
I'm trying to make my character not look so bad.
Yeah.
No.
Well, me on that point.
Griff and Dr. Hippocampus tried to get up into the city with, I believe you had papers to try to finish your lessons. PhD, okay. And I believe 2 days.
Actually, my dissertation.
Okay.
He's postdoc.
So 2 days was the time to get in.
2 days.
Griff was your stable boy or whatever.
My patsy.
Your patsy. Okay.
I get it.
I believe Mofo hit 100,000 pull-ups. And as for Atlas Blue and Havoc, they tried to help cure...
undo a curse.
Undo a curse on his yak. Which unsuccessfully happened. And throughout all of this, I'm getting it, don't worry.
100,000 flyers.
A lot of flyers were handed out, and everyone was preparing for I believe, the Fall Fire Festival. And Morgren spent a lot of time preparing for this by, one, finding a mask that would fit her beak.
Yes.
2, she competed in quite a few activities, and I believe one in the rock throwing, or what was it, the dart throwing contest?
Yeah, and I won a little trinket from a previous member of my tribe.
I think Dr. Hippocampus helped you with that one, if I'm correct with his mind.
Very helpful.
Just blue.
I don't remember. Was it Mofo who won the archery contest?
No, Zool.
Zool won the archery contest by a mile. And after all that, everyone settled in, went over to the water to watch the fireworks commence, and a couple of the, what was it, perhaps?
There's floats.
Floats go through and see some of the amazing floats done by the Wizards Association up there. And at the end, during the finale of the fireworks, everyone was ooh, ahs, and then a great rumble came across the entire city. And now in the distance, looking out at the mountain, far off behind the fireworks, you could see smoke coming from the top.
So, in the middle of the huge sort of, what do you call it, harbor, there's a mountain in the distance, and that started smoking.
Yep. And now we'll pick off from there. I am Duffy, usually playing Volley, and I am your DM for the night. And to my left is...
I'm Sam, I'm playing Havoc.
I'm Morgan, playing Morgren.
I'm Chris, playing Zool. Joe is still playing the one and only Atlas Blue.
Liam, playing Victus Golf.
Are you sure it's not Rictus?
No, Rictus is the god. Grictus is my dog. Victus is me.
I'm Zach, playing Griff. Colby, playing Dr. Hippocampus.
Jeremy playing Frey. Everybody that was here last time, I'm trying to remember who wasn't. I think Victus wasn't here.
I was not. I was praying.
Frey, you are just not in the picture yet, unfortunately. And I believe everybody else who was here is here. So, as soon as this rumble happens, a panic spreads all around you. Mind you, there are thousands and thousands of people surrounding you. The ground is shaking, and people are falling off the little rafts like the wizards who were shooting off. A couple fell off. People are falling to the ground. A couple of children fell into the fires that they were throwing the little... I forgot. What were they? Their little entities, or... What were they called?
Oh, they're the little wicker wishes.
Yeah, so a couple kids who were trying to throw them in actually fell into the fire. And luckily, I believe Dr. Hippocampus was actually ready for this moment. So if he wants to actually try to heal them...
Wait a second. Did you just shove the kids off and you're like, oh, I saved them with that?
Well,
Shouldn't the people in the barges be fine because they're in water?
No, it shook the earth so hard there's actually like waves coming from that direction.
Okay.
So everything's moving. People are panicking because this is something that no one's ever
This
experienced.
is not a part of the performance.
They know that this is wrong, so everyone starts screaming and panicking.
You see a great big grin on Atlas's face. You know, he's kind of like, ooh, the finale! Let's hope this is as good as the last one.
I'd like to make a heal check on the small bird children.
Yeah, you can go for it. You're not near all of them, but sure.
22.
Yeah, you pull a couple of kids from the fire, not the ones that are obviously a good distance, but the ones you were near when Morgan, I believe, was throwing hers in. You're okay. Don't worry, you backed up just in time.
Are your feathers singed?
Her feathers are fine. So everyone's panicking. All of a sudden, Atlas, you make eye contacts with Headmaster Strix out in the distance.
On the giant swan float.
He's on a float?
Yeah.
Okay.
He makes eye contact with you. Like
Okay.
he was looking at you this whole time. And poof, he was gone.
Oh, shit.
As soon as he disappears, everybody can roll a perception check.
Righto.
You can. You're in the crowd.
okay.
Victus, you're in the crowd. You're just not with the group. You definitely didn't want to miss the show. You just don't know where everybody is.
What about Frey?
Sorry.
Don't worry about him.
Okay. No perspective.
I
No
should
perspective.
write
No
down.
pressure to him yet.
I got an 18 perception.
Okay.
13.
Victus. Still pulling his dice.
24 for me.
Ooh. That is a...
That's my character sheet. Hold on. 0. When did my perception drop down to 0?
28.
Okay.
5. 17?
19.
So everybody but Atlas, because Atlas was just so amazed that the Strix just poofed. Everybody can see, all of a sudden, the more wealthy, the more better dressed people, all of a sudden start disappearing. Just zipping through, just like that. All popping, in and out, and just gone.
1%.
And as that begins, everyone once again, besides Atlas, sees these balls of light appear behind them. And if you want, you can turn around, and if you look behind you, 5 pillars of light are coming up from the big main upper city of Portanova. And they all connect towards the middle point in the light, and you just see a big blue shield come all over Portanova, the upper city.
The officer?
So this is a good shot. This is everyone at the docks turns around, and Atlas is the only one still facing forward. Like, where's the finale?
So as the shield comes down, and once it touchdowns, you hear a little bit more of a rumble, and then panic spreads. And all of a sudden people start running, screaming, crying.
The people will stampede like caribou if we let them. We need to get everybody out of here safely.
Where's my weasel?
Atlas,
Priorities, man!
since you are the only one still looking forward, which actually works out perfect, you can see on the swan boat where Master Strix used to be, and a few upper-class wizards and the head patrician, Lady...
Come on, you can pronounce it. I gave you a lesson.
Zarazmina?
Yeah, very good.
We're all standing there. Everyone but Lady Zaramina has disappeared from there. So she is the only one left standing on that thing. And I'll let you guys go from there.
It's also an automaton, by the way, just so you know what that swan does.
No, God. Anyways.
I'll give the children's last rites.
Oh, God.
Well, kids, you're not gonna make it.
I shouldn't have pulled you from the fire. I mean, I just...
This is
one
mercy.
death for another.
I run over to where the children are, and I'll start, I guess, trying to heal some of the ones that are really, really bad. I'll use stabilize.
That's fine.
A couple of them.
That's fine.
I'm going to climb onto the highest place that I can that is visible to everybody and start yelling using my oration skill.
Alright, make a
Till
climb
I-
check.
Okay.
Or acrobatics, I guess.
so Zul
Not
just
climb.
runs
If you're
up
gonna
as
actually
Mr.
strictly
Miyagi?
climb something, climb.
I would like to assist him and gather people's attention in his direction using my war.
You don't know where he is. He was not with the
That's a
party
good
earlier.
point.
Well, good thing I got a 21 on
Yep.
my acrobatics.
Yep, okay. You're up there.
Alright, now I'm going to start fucking yelling at people being like, everybody, Be calm! Make your way to the back of the where the fuck are we?
There are 2 exits in the rear.
So pretty much you are all the way at the water. You are at like the harbor itself, and pretty much there's only one way in the back, and that's where you are right now.
Form an orderly line, making your way away from the cliff. I'm going to use light on 2 knives so that I can be waving.
Yes.
You can certainly go.
Alright, cool. So I've got these 2 glowing knives going like this.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie. There are so many thousands of people, they don't even realize you're up there, but it's quite common.
Can I roll to yell as loud?
You can yell as loud as you want, yep.
I would like to see if I hear.
I'm going to search through the crowd to see if I can recognize anybody I know. Could you cast thaumaturgy on me to like make my voice all moving? Perception for that? Okay, so 17.
Do any of us hear him?
I got a 25 to hear him.
I will say you can hear him.
I get a 16.
I believe Havoc is the one that can hear out of the crowd so far, unless anybody else wants to roll, but it sounds like Havoc has heard his voice through the distance. And
I see the lights.
20. You can see the lights. He knows of only one fool who would do this.
A 20 perception?
Yeah, you can spot him. You can't necessarily hear him, but you know where he is.
I see these 2 daggers just flowing.
Yeah. So pretty much you just see a stampede of people going back towards the city. Well, the lower half of the city, that is. And you just see this one dude doing like the YMCA.
I've got a question about the knife. Can I change the knife into any shape that I want?
Oh, the little liquid knife?
Yeah.
You would have to interact with it and find out.
Okay. I pull up that knife.
Okay.
And
it sloshes about inside its little vial.
Cool. And I
Sorry, I'm sort of...
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, I think that's me now, right?
And then I say to the knife, alright, I want you to become a very large sign with the letters, make your way back.
There is not enough metal.
I was going to say, I don't think it had... I mean, it's an intelligent creature, but I don't know if it's intelligent enough to make its own.
Can you be like a baton with a little point at the tip?
It could be a little pole.
Yeah, like a little... It's like a little ball.
It's only got enough material to make a knife blade. Okay. So extrapolate that out to...
It'd be very fine, so it'd be like a very thin...
Like a ball.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, cool. Waving that shit around.
You guys have no idea what it is he's holding.
Glowing.
Yeah. Anybody else want to do it?
I'm going to start repeating my phrase in different languages in case people don't understand.
I cover the eyes of the children. Don't look, that's phallic.
Alright, just keep on stabilizing children. How many children do I stabilize?
So far, you stabilized quite a few, but from the surrounding people getting trampled on and everything, you know, you can only do so much.
Alright, what about, let's limit it down to like 3 because I can only stabilize 5 people.
I'd say you've saved at least half of that right now.
Okay.
Because you can only do so much at a time while others are still in trouble. Anyone else want to do anything before? Alice, roll a perception check for me again.
1.
Yes, the thrust.
You are still looking just straight ahead at Lady... He's like, never going to get this name.
Zarazmina.
Zarazmina. You just have to make it the hardest name.
You need to sing, I don't.
You could have just called her B or something.
She's the goddamn patrician of the
Whatever.
sea.
So you're just focused on this woman out there screaming, asking for help, pretty much, because she got left behind.
She's abandoned.
She's abandoned. Everybody else that was on there was gone, just disappeared.
Right. You could also call her Lady Clementera, which is her last name. That's probably easier.
Lady of the Lake, in other words, now.
Just try some watery talk. It was a sweat.
All right, I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna look around for a.
I mean, you looked around. You're at a 1. Remember?
I can still see things that you can see with 1, because there's
see water.
There's DC 0 things like a rowboat or a raft.
Yep.
Some sort of floating.
There's several.
I'm gonna get on one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna oof my wings to try and push me in the direction.
You can certainly try.
I would like to follow him because he's sort of my ticket to my destiny.
I don't know if you see that because you've been looking at the glowy light guy.
No.
That's still a 15.
I'm gonna say in the chaos now. Alright. Because they're screaming, blood-curdling noises. People have actually began to like start breaking into buildings and stealing stuff.
With my 28, do I notice the lady in the water as well?
You're pretty far back.
I mean, she's on a giant swan.
I mean, I guess she's not hard to notice, but you can't hear her screaming for help.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to jump down and try intervening on these people trying to steal stuff.
Okay.
As the rogue.
Make a dexterity check not to get trampled or anything. Like, try to weave your way through.
Alright.
Are the rest of us in danger of being trampled?
You guys are kind of actually at the front. So everybody else that's in the back, which would be Victus over there, are a little bit more in trouble.
22.
You're okay. You're dodging people left and right. You stepped on a small child to get through, but you're okay. Back to Atlas. So you're rowing out to her, correct?
I'd like to imagine that I've got a small, like, sailing dinghy.
And you're
Like
just
a dire
like a
dow.
Captain Jack's.
A dire dow.
Yeah. And I'm blowing it with my own winds, which physically may or may not be possible. I don't know.
It sounds cool.
I don't think it's a closed system. There's just sort of air around you, right? Yeah.
I control the air around me.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you focus it, I'd say you're not moving as fast as you possibly could be,
No,
but
but
you're moving.
I've caught a breeze.
All right.
You are.
So you're slowly going out to her, and she begins to calm down a little bit because she sees someone's actually paying attention while pretty much everybody else is going the opposite direction of her.
Yeah, Atlas has one hand on the mast, which is not any taller than he is, I bet. And then he's got his other hand like up on like the little bench that whoever would sit in the front is on, and he's sort of doing like the Captain Morgan thing as he's got like this breeze blowing
Meanwhile,
his
the
hair.
tiller in the back is just waving
Yeah.
on out. And
Well,
it's just
listen, can you imagine? Okay, so he's sailing out there and stuff. He's got them stance, and there's still a couple random fireworks going off as he's going towards her. Like knight in shining armor here. Anybody else want to do anything?
Is any fire spreading? Like, does anything need to be put out?
No, but it's all unattended, so it could spread.
Okay.
Because basically at every location where there was fire, there were some people, there were some guards, there were some...
Is there fire around me?
Yes, it's all those pits that were around where people were throwing...
I'm going to start running around and just creating water. Gallons of water in the fire.
You cause a lot of steam, so now a lot of people are having a harder time seeing that.
Good, now they won't steal.
People are already in the shops. It's a little late for that.
Speaking of stealing, am I approaching these people?
You're slowly getting there, but you got to mind there are hundreds and hundreds of people. You got to take a second.
I'm going to try acrobatics to start jumping on top of people's heads to like make my
running
way.
across the crowd.
Yeah, I'm going to run over the crowd.
The crocodile.
We'll come back to you. Give it a second. Give some other
Okay,
people
Frank
some
West,
time.
calm down.
I'm
Photographer, damn it.
So more
I've covered wars, you know.
I've covered floors.
Well, I was going to say if there was any fire spreading, I was going to put it out, or any more.
You can keep a watchful eye. You're not seeing anything spread too fast, obviously. I mean, there were guards before making sure that people were safe and staying a good distance away, but now that, everything's happened, most of the guards are either disappeared or are just retreating back along with the rest of the crowd.
Okay, if I'm not in danger of being either burned or swept up in the crowd, I would like to pull out my new magic item, my dream catcher, and I would like to
check for
steal
spirits.
people's dreams.
because I'd like to know if this has happened before, and if there's anyone that has died here because of this something happening before, they're going to respond to me, especially because this event is happening, and maybe tell me what's going on. That's my hope. Anyway, I'm going to pull it out and give that a whirl.
You don't have to roll anything. Nothing.
I don't think
It
so.
tugs in the direction of the nearest spirit, is what it does.
Oh, fabulous.
Well, okay. Actually, there's several spirits in front of you, with the dead children that had just recently died. So you see all these kids just yelling, "Mom, Dad," and they're just like, "I thought we were coming to the fireworks."
Oh, my heart.
So you have all these small children gathering around you because they don't know where they are. They haven't passed on quite yet.
Okay, I try to calm them, but I'm also looking for any older spirits that might be in the vicinity.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Calm them.
Shoving the spirits.
You seem to see plenty of spirits, not necessarily anything old, but like a few adults as well, but they're actually kind of still running. So it's not really
Very
anyone-
recent spirits.
A lot of recent spirits, so a lot of
Okay.
people have actually recently died.
Is Morgan near me? Can I see what's going on?
We're all standing in a line
I was
except for
gonna
the
say, you
gap where
guys
Atlas
were,
left.
basically everybody was near each other at the start of it, maybe a couple people in between, but basically everyone was together except for Victus.
Can I see the spirits, or is it only something that Morgan can see?
I was gonna say.
She's a shaman. It's just
She's the
her.
only. It's
Okay,
just her.
cool.
So you just see her like freaking out, looking down, and actually what you see are actual dead children on the ground.
Okay, so
Yeah,
You don't see the spirits, but you see the actual bodies of the kids.
I'm thinking Morgan is just freaking about the dead people.
Yeah.
So okay.
you also notice that she's like doing suplex motions, which is kind of
Come on, guys.
Dr. Hippocampus, you're still saving a few people, I'm assuming?
Yeah, give them last rights.
You're doing the
like
water
fires.
thing. I'm gonna skip you just because you keep doing weird shit. Alice, you finally have made it to the swan automaton.
It's like a giant swan barge with articulate wings.
It's beautiful.
It is.
And you get up to there, and she just starts crying and thanking you for coming to her rescue.
We're gonna sail this swan out of here. I climb on board the swan.
Okay.
You're both now stuck on the swan.
So, the swan was never meant to actually be sailed. It was just meant to go down the river into the water, so...
It can fly.
Can it really?
I should have sent you more notes.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
It's a giant swan automaton. This thing...
I don't know what that is!
Okay, imagine the stats of like a wyvern,
Okay.
and now make it a robot.
That sounds terrifying. Okay.
Except instead of poison, it's a
How
swan.
is it controlled?
Probably an Arcana check.
It's a good thing you're going out there, Magic Man.
Yeah, I'll make a Arcana check.
We set the barbarian out to control the swan.
What's that?
I rolled a 2,
Jesus, get a new D20.
but I'm gonna add a lot to that. I'm gonna add 14 to that, so that's a 16 knowledge Arcana.
You're going to have to tell me. I don't really know about that. I don't know if there's a base stat for controlling it.
Well, what's his total?
16.
16?
That's tough.
I feel like it's a 20. It's sort of an arcane, like old arcane
So,
nonsense.
you're having a hard time, like the wings begin to flap, but you're not actually lifting off yet, so it might take a little bit more time.
I'll figure this out, don't worry.
She's just kind of looking at you and like...
What's the equivalent of Magic Google?
Scrying.
Alright.
The Scryer net?
Victus, you can attempt to start jumping off people's heads now.
Oh my god. This would be acrobatics.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a 32.
Okay, yeah. You're bouncing off people's heads, and it actually made your trip a lot easier, and you are actually over the last couple people and around your friends here.
I start humming to myself.
How much do you weigh?
Not that much. I'm a pretty small dude.
Are you breaking their necks?
109 pounds.
That's 109.
Still pretty heavy. Does he crush a couple children jumping on their heads?
I don't aim for the children.
He was on the adults, so
I
I'll give him
aimed
that.
for the
He
big
kicked a
brother.
few kids out of his way when he first got down,
Yeah.
but after
Well,
that he was...
So I used the kids as like stepping ladders to get up, and then I started using adults.
It's like the crates in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
White sheep.
Anyone else want to do anything? No? You're all happy where you
Yeah,
are?
we're all just sitting on the docks, not doing anything.
Yeah, I know, you guys are
People
just...
rampage around us. We're not sure what we should do.
So pretty much, I saw him jump on people's heads all the way down here, just through thousands of people, just jump.
Just to stop and start humming to himself. Yes, that's
No,
exactly
I'm not
what he just
stopping.
did.
I'm humming while I'm doing it.
You're
so that
humming
way
while
I
you're
can
doing
get to the rioters and start.
Well, you're there. You
Oh,
went
cool.
past the last people. You're with your friends now. You're not actually at the water, but you're with them.
I pull out a sap. Yeah, I'm gonna start fucking. I'm gonna sneak behind them and start fucking whacking.
They were looking at you while you were jumping over the...
Are
on
you the
people.
rioter?
What?
Are you a rioter?
No,
I think he was headed away from us, and you've decided that he's headed
I thought he
to
was
us.
heading to you.
No, I said I was gonna go intervene with the rioters.
Okay, I totally did it backwards. I heard him say he was going to you guys.
No, my
I
big
thought-
thing is.
Okay, so no, you got... Okay, so
you've
you've gotten far enough to where you're in front of a good amount of people, and yeah, people are still charging at you.
Okay, so I'm going to.
This is how he dies.
Yep. It's gonna be bad.
I'm gonna do a quick. Can you appraise people?
Appraise
That seems
what
more
they're
like an
carrying.
insight.
Like
Sense motive.
how intense they look as like
They're
with this-
fearing for their lives. Like, this is like an all-out, we gotta get the hell out of here.
but they're stealing shit.
Well, not everyone. The ones that are in the middle of the road right now. They're going just straight.
Yeah,
and a couple people on the outsides are branching into the stores, but you jumped over through a couple people to get into like a good break. So if you want to go fight somebody, you got to go into a store.
What's the fuck was I literally said I'm a rogue going to go hunt down rioters.
So what I'm saying is you just got into a spot, so it's up to you where you want to go. There's several locations. You want to go into a store? There's an armory shop here. There's a blacksmith over here. There's a jeweler over here. There's everything you can imagine. So where you want to go is up to you.
For the most rioters.
I'm here to stop the rioters, not the... So I think I'm going to go for the jewelry store.
That's fine. So you can run over there. You're going to see at least 30 people in there right now. Like this is ridiculous. There's thousands of people everywhere right now screaming.
It's like
Just
Do
attacking
these look like regular old
a
shops?
payday.
No, these are just your average Joes, and to be honest, most of them reek of booze because it's been a party for the whole day. And to be honest, you've probably been drinking quite a bit yourself. What? Everyone's been drinking. It's quite
Public drinking is allowed today.
It's the one day a year it is allowed, so everybody gets involved.
I don't exactly have any AoE.
Oh my god, it's gonna take the whole house down.
Alright, well, I'm going to start laying into people.
That's fine.
I'm going to sneak up behind the first guy.
Yeah.
Stealthily.
Okay.
Just whack him in the back of the head.
I mean, yeah. Okay, you knock him out.
Cool. That wasn't even... I just did it?
Yep, you just did it.
Alright, let's go
Wasn't
down the
very
line.
hard.
We're going down the line.
That's fine. You can only do what? One attack at a time?
Yeah.
So we'll come back to you. You're going to be doing that for a while.
We come back to bodies all around.
Atlas, I believe you have taken enough time if you want to do another attempt.
Let's see if I can get higher than a 2. 15 is higher than a 2, plus that number that I have to calculate every time because I don't
So
want to write it down.
29, I believe, is your total.
Yeah, 11 and 4 is, that's 29.
That's plenty.
Yep. So you begin to lift off the air.
Lift off the air?
Off the water, I'm sorry. And as you do, you're starting to get your handle on how it works, how you're moving each arm and everything, and you go where you want to go.
I like to imagine that he's trying to get it to mimic his movements, so he's just flapping his arms
And,
like a swan.
Several people have actually turned around and noticed this and are actually freaking out, thinking like it's the end of the world right now. And
Can I notice this?
No.
anybody who wants to look up.
Yeah, so... oh, yeah, I
Natural
definitely
20.
noticed
So several people have noticed this. Your group knows it's just you, but everybody else thinks you're the rider of death and coming to make their souls.
I'm staring at this
On a swan. And Lady Clement...
You can do it.
I can't find her last name.
Zarazmina.
Zarazmina Clementera, yeah.
Clementera.
This is not a hard name.
I hate her name. I mean, I'm going to just call her Lady T from now on. It looks at you and says, I have a place in the lower city if you want to fly us there.
A place? Sorry, I couldn't quite catch that over the wind. Don't you have a place in the upper city? It's safer there.
We can't get inside. They sealed off. We're trapped.
So that earlier you described the city was getting a bubble on it. Was that a bubble on the whole city?
The entire upper city.
Just the upper city.
Just the upper city.
The lower city's not covered.
Completely open.
Okay.
She says she has, obviously, a bigger estate in the upper city, but she also keeps one in the lower city for when she's down there doing her job. But she says she has a place in the lower city.
From up here on this vantage that I have, I'm going to look down and see if I can see what, if anything, is causing the rumble, the quake, the tsunami. What's causing it? I want to look around.
Yeah, you can roll to look around. Perception check.
3.
Someone want to get him a new detail?
He's very
Anybody?
interested in the
From what you know and what everybody knows from when the first rumble happened, they could see the mountain in the distance and there was smoke coming from it. So just from what you believe, it's coming from that direction.
But I can't see anything over there?
You can see smoke from the top.
So, I have a question.
Yes.
With Morgan's natural 20, can she know if it's Atlas on the swan?
Yes.
Will you tell us about it?
Sure.
Because I can summon him
Because
into
she
us.
saw him begin to actually get off the ground, so
Okay.
everybody else really just saw him in the air while she actually saw him take off.
So in my most high-pitched of squeaky squawks,
It's one bird to another.
one bird to another, I'm going to squawk and say our imbecile leader is on that bird.
I don't think he's a leader, but I will blow my war horn to guide him in towards us. 3 long blasts.
I don't know if one of you wants to roll for a perception check to see if you can actually hear that.
I can command up to 100 and... No, it's not... Hang on, let me actually...
While he's looking that up, have I convinced any of the children to go into the light?
Yes, several. You've actually helped pass on several spirits, but it's overwhelming the amount that are surrounding you now.
I'm just
It's a little...
crying
It's
my eyes out.
quite intense.
I rolled a 15 to hear.
You heard him. It's quite a loud horn. So and enough people have actually started pushing forward
I think
that,
I got, like,
not that many people are
several
actually left on
miles
the
of
beach except for the
communication.
injured and basically the group here. And Victus is still whacking heads actually inside the jewelry.
So has the crowd around the horn blasts started to disperse? Like they've stayed by the water just about, and the crowd's been running away.
Yeah,
so are they
basically
clearing?
people have retreated from the bay.
Right.
And are heading into the city to retreat and either escape the water because they can tell it's coming from a distance to where they want to get away, but that's all you really know at the time.
All right, I'm going to pilot the swan into a landing zone
on the beach, basically.
by where I could hear the horn from.
That would be a fly check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wish I'd gone with you.
Did you put any points into it?
Yes, I did.
I put 1 just in
yeah,
case.
you never
I
kill.
chime.
Or a silver.
But I still think I got a -1 to it flying.
I do fly. Well, I don't fly yet.
Would this be handle animal?
21?
Yep, that's fine. So you command this great big bird to swoop right down, and you're kind of having a little bit of a moment, Morgan, where you're just it's my people. And he comes swooping down and lands majestically on.
She's going into the light.
Lands onto the beach in the harbor area where everybody once was standing, and successfully land this bird, I guess.
So I kind of got a hand around the swan neck and my foot up on the cleft of the wing joint.
And you have a damsel in distress on the back of the
Right,
bird.
and I'm still doing the Captain Morgan pose, and I indicate to Havoc and to I don't know just who's close.
So you
enough.
have Havoc, Morgan,
Zool.
Azul, I almost said the real name. Griff is putting out waters everywhere. I don't believe he's standing around.
He's putting out waters.
Fire.
Yeah, shooting fire into the water.
Yeah. Putting out fires around, so he's not necessarily standing around with
No, I
them.
fucked
Dr. Hippocampus was healing a few children. I believe he was
No,
close
he
to
was
them.
killing children.
So I believe that the majority of the group, except for...
He's killing them and you're sending them on their
The majority of the group, except
You
for
got him coming
Victus.
and going.
It's a system.
So besides Victus and Griff, everybody is right close enough together, and you could probably yell to Griff to come back. Victus, you just haven't seen him in a few days.
He may have heard the war horn as well.
Who? He's killing all of us.
Everybody might have heard the war horn.
Anybody, I'm
Griff.
using a sack.
Griff would have heard the word.
Do you indicate for us to climb aboard?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm at home.
Yes, you can see that. I mean, it's pretty obvious. So
Yeah, you hear a horn blast and then a swan flies.
And I'm just like,
And-
all right, I should
and-
stop doing it.
Atlas is up in the front of the swan.
Oh, Captain, my Captain!
Right.
Surely there must
Do
be.
I notice the swan that land?
I feel like enough time has kind of passed to where you cleared out the jeweler. Like you've taken out everybody, and you're kind of walking out.
Take it all!
To
Take
like,
it all!
you were thinking maybe it's time to go to the next shop, but then all of a sudden you saw this great big bird and the horn go off. So, I mean...
I'd like to point out this was so easy that I'm assuming they weren't even looting, they were just fucking T-posing inside of it, facing the wrong direction.
They were so busy trying to get into things
This
to
is
be
the
like...
part of the map that didn't render right.
Enough people just didn't hear other people getting dropped because there's so many loud screams and everything that it was pretty easy to just take these guys out. And it wasn't even all guys, a few women, maybe some younger people.
Many
You
children.
took out anybody who was just trying to fend for themselves at this point. So
They
if you,
violated the laws, but it wasn't a crime against, like, murder. It was just like a... Hey, quit doing that. Slap on the wrist, but like really hard and not on the wrist.
actually, roll me a perception check.
Alright.
Oh god, he's gonna kill someone.
19?
You actually notice a flyer on the outside of this building,
Oh.
and it looks a lot like Havoc. And above it, it says, "For the murder of Mayor," I don't remember his name. I forgot his name from the town over.
Yeah.
Alright. So
I want to call it Hafton, but it's not Hafton. It's
Asheville or something like that.
Oh yeah, it was
Anguith.
Angwith.
Yeah.
For the
Alright, so
murder, and then a reward underneath.
Anguith. Angu is the tree.
one,
Anguith is
how
the
much is the reward? And two, I'm going to pull it down.
The reward, I believe, was about 500 gold pieces, and then an additional 500 gold pieces for the accomplice, which you know her as.
Oh no! Damn it!
Shit.
yeah. That's Mayor Massey.
Masi, okay.
I'm going to have to teach her how to disguise her.
So you see that as you are leaving and heading towards the bird.
All right, I'm going to leap onto the bird once it docks in an attempt to get a pardon from the patrician.
Yeah, so I'm going to make my way over. Well, I'm going to make my way over to the swan.
Although I am terrified of heights and
Did
water,
you just rip it, or did you take it with you?
Yeah,
so I'm going to secure myself.
No, no.
A flying water bird. That's a good choice.
You Assassin Creed it, you just rip it off and everybody forgets.
Nobody knows me anymore.
Okay, so you head on over. There's not that many people left, luckily. Enough people have passed through this first part of town. And you can head over to the Swan as long as it's waiting for you to take off.
Are the docks must be pretty cleared out by now? Right?
There's several injured bodies, dead bodies, and
So-
most of the fires have now been put out by yours truly, the firefighter Griff. But what was once a fun evening has now turned bloody.
So I go up to the last few people and I look at them and there's a couple there. I'm like, you'll be fine.
Probably should have whispered that into their ears.
He's just been snapped.
As everybody,
I just call Morgrim over. These people need your help.
so has everybody made it to the Swan and is boarding?
Yep.
Alright, so everybody gets on and you begin to take off. I won't make you roll anymore because it's...
He's figured it out.
We'll assist.
I think he's figured it out enough.
Can this swan lift 8 people?
Yes.
It's
For
a-
this
it's a
purpose,
big
yes.
ass swan.
There was a lot of people on it when it first came down. It was the headmaster, a bunch of his upper class, and a few, richer people on this from earlier.
And guards.
And guards, yep, you're right. So Lady Clementera looks at you and says, I have a home here. And she points the direction out, and it's more out. I'm trying to think. The city is on the east side or north?
This is the western coast, or the eastern coast. So the west is the city, east is the water.
Okay, so she points more the opposite direction of where the upper city is, and points and says that tall estate over there.
So there's
where I live.
State Street. Yes.
Yes.
there's like a mansion on the
Yeah, it's like a little bit on the outskirts of town, so it's a nice kind of getaway from the
beach
city.
episode.
Yes!
So you can. So she points that way.
Wear my
for you
righteous
to-
speedo.
So she points for you to lead in that way.
Cross over the cross. It's got a lock and key and chain around it.
What about the smoking mountain? I say, having strapped myself in using my whip.
Are you talking to Lady?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know
What
who
about
you
the
were talking
mountain?
She's distracted.
to. She is very panicky. She's like, I can give you more information if you can get me home.
Atlas, what about the mountain? How are we solving this problem?
I can't see it from here.
I turn Atlas's head towards the direction of the mountain.
9. No, I don't think so.
Atlas just squinting through
It's
his
kind of
cataracts.
blurry. I'm gonna need some bifocal soon.
Wait a minute, I might have something.
So Alice, where are you
like
flying right now?
We're gonna get airborne.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna do a sort of a lap into the bay, so that way we can get a bit closer to the mountain. And then,
Well, the mountain's it's a decent ways off.
I want to get just a little bit closer.
Yeah, you can get a little closer and then head to
and so that way maybe my comrades can see anything over there.
That's fine.
And then we're gonna kind of do a dog hook back.
Okay, that's fine. If everybody wants to roll a perception check.
Okay. What?
Perception.
Why?
Because he's doing a loop so you guys can all look at the mountain.
19.
12.
13.
8. Oh. No, he's fine. 8.
You can do another one.
5.
17.
25.
Did you
Alright.
your die?
Who rolled the 19? Alright, anyone who rolled above a 19 can make out that this mountain is fully covered in ice and snow. It's actually very white, so for someone to not see it is quite impressive.
That's racist.
But at the very top, you can see a black smoke just poofing out of it constantly in a steady rate.
That's billowing, not poofing.
Everybody's a critic.
I started to turn around. I'd have to say, that looks like a volcano to me, for hooks. That's
So
not good.
I have a quick question because I wasn't here last time. Is this a sudden mountain that appeared, or has this mountain always been here?
This has always been here.
But no one's ever really looked at it until the end
Okay.
of the episode. So.
But it's been there. We just were like, oh yeah, it's a
Good luck
mountain.
with that.
No, that's fine. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's always been there. But
What's it called?
you gotta ask Lady
Lady Centrella.
Lady Jaja.
Clementera.
Clementine.
Clementine.
Oh, God. Sore subject.
That is a sore subject.
Do I get a severance package?
No.
No.
Yeah. Lady Clementera.
Yes.
What is the name of that mountain?
Mount Nova.
Oh,
Really
that
stretching
makes
the brain
sense.
They really should have renamed that. Though maybe that's a sign.
Can I do a knowledge nature as to if there's any known way to stop a volcano? Is that possible?
You can certainly try.
Christ. What was that?
20.
To your knowledge, at this time, no. Lady Clementera goes, I have vital information, but I need you to get me home.
Railroad.
Could you tell us this now, and we still promise you to get you home?
Yeah, I'm kind of holding the cards here, Clementine.
I have a book. I have a book you must read.
Oh, it's
I knew it.
all right.
Who can read?
I can read.
Most of us can read, Haddock.
I was making a joke.
I have a.
if not all.
Wait,
I'm not sure you can read.
I can read Goblin fine.
I'm going to
Do
write.
you remember to put that part back in him?
You didn't reassemble me with reading.
It's still floating in the nether.
Yeah.
What color's reading?
Blue, maybe.
Black and white.
All right. Atlas, are we turning this baby around?
Yeah, we'll take flight for the estate.
On the Swan, is it like a platform we're all on, or how is it? Is it like we're all like banging onto the thing for dear life?
No, I would assume it's a platform. It's pretty big.
So I'm just sitting there in my chair then, and just kind of just observing everything, just like this
so,
is amazing.
All right, so you guys turn
Eats a piece
you
of
turn the
cheese.
bird around.
Yeah.
And as you go back, you can look down upon what was once a really happy party of a city going on for the night, and all you see is rubble, mayhem, blood, and death.
Dead children.
There's some left.
Lots of dead children. And
So easily.
The only casualties are children.
Is that like a major renewable resource in this city?
They're so easily stepped on.
they're
All right, we gotta build a new bridge.
They're easily stampeded, and cattle was ripped.
Cattle ripped.
So a few buildings have caught on fire. A few things.
They're all orphanages.
A lot of people are getting mugged, and
All right, Atlas.
it's not a pretty sight as you look down over this city.
All right, Atlas. Everybody can create water. We'll just go over the top of the houses, create water.
Yeah, we
We could do that.
It could be a water.
There's enough of us.
I can
There's
make
at least 4 of us. I can do that.
2 gallons of
And
water.
I marked that for
per
today because
level.
I was like, volcano episodes, make water.
I thought it was per 3 levels.
I don't know, 12 gallons of water is
12
enough to
gallons.
put out a
Well,
fire.
just hit it. A couple passes at the
You guys fly right by it. Alright, so you guys fly by this broken city, and you can see to your right this blue aura off of the upper city, just kind of vibrating in the distance, shedding off a pretty decent amount of light. And you guys begin to approach the main building. She does have a lot of land, so if you want to actually land the bird, you can safely do so.
Great tracks.
You can tell. She's quite rich to have a second home.
Well, yeah.
She does quite well for herself.
Carpetbagger.
Oh boy. So
this is the first time the lower city's been on fire. They'll be okay.
It has a habit of getting destroyed quite a lot.
So you guys land the bird safely for the most part, you know. I know you.
I'm strapped in with my whip.
For those of you who don't like flying, it was a new experience. Once you guys land, everybody begins to get off.
Oh! I take out my book. And then I spend an Arcana point to substitute Dispel Magic for Shrink Item.
Yes!
And then I cast Shrink Item on the swan boat, making it 1/4200th its size. And I put it in my pocket.
Does it keep its mass?
No. It is also 1/4200th its weight.
Christ.
Holy shit, that's amazing!
I just took an incredibly powerful item and fit it into my pocket.
Fucking Hank Pym in this house.
So
That's impressive.
I am completely amazed by flying, the item being shrunk. I'm just taking out like 3 pieces of cheese and go, you know what? You deserve this.
So
first, let me just check. Let me check before I finalize that, because it's possible that there's like a square footage per level. Don't show this again. 2 cubic feet per level, so I can do 12 cubic feet of object. So that's 12 feet by 12 feet.
For the story purposes, I'm going to allow it to happen right now.
Maybe just use multiple spell slots for it, all at once.
Just for right now, I think.
I mean, 12 feet, that's the size of this room.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Atlas just blows his load. Shrinks the load.
For tensive purposes, we're just going to let it happen. It was a good call, and I like it.
Yeah, that's
regret that.
that's hysterical.
Can you use a spell on the swan?
Alright, once everybody's off, Lady Clementera starts yelling,
I get in here.
Frey, come here, come here!
Oh.
Oh.
Hi.
You see this large human man come barreling out the door and start heading towards it.
What do you need? What can I help you with? What happened?
The town's a wreck, brother. We need to fix this.
Brother.
What
It's twice removed.
Is that
Brother
like
choice removed?
Half brother.
who are these people?
They saved me, brother.
Well, I thank you all. Please come in. There's much to talk about.
So you guys all make your way into a really, really beautiful home. You walk in and everything. They got servants everywhere. They all felt the rumble, but they don't really. They kind of just took it as.
What species are these servants?
Human.
Okay.
I'm gonna start networking, and I'm gonna offer my hand and say, Havoc Philhead
Brother,
of the
how are
Iron
you?
Glacier.
Frey, nice to meet you.
Do you have a last name for
I
it?
don't.
Are you royalty as well? And I indicate the patrician.
I am not. They took me in. At a very young
She's not around. She's quickly running throughout the house right now.
I see. Well, it was good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
I introduce myself to Zool.
Hello, Zool. I'm Frey.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you as well.
What race is he?
I'm human.
Human. Okay. All right. Well, nice to meet you.
What rank
Frey.
you?
These humans aren't even magic. I mean, these servants aren't even magic.
They like to keep things simple.
I reach out my hand.
Yeah, this is a country home.
Yeah. The magic ones stay in the upper city.
Alright, I'll reach out to him, shake.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you. Frey, you seem to be extraordinarily well-toned for royalty.
He's not royalty. He just explained that.
For somebody related to royalty.
Besides,
Not related.
I'm not really.
I'm exceedingly
I'm
well-toned
gonna
for
state
royalty.
for all
I know,
intended
you two are so
purposes.
exceedingly well-toned, it's sort of creepy.
For all intended purposes, he basically is royalty. Almost. He was accepted into the family, and basically the city has accepted him as
The
well.
full metal handshake.
They accepted him as one of the family, but at the same time, he's not allowed access to certain things because of his blood.
Go to the bathroom.
Yes, not the Oval Office. You know.
Actually, Victus, what race are you?
I'm an elf.
You're full-blooded elf?
Full-blooded.
I thought you were a half elf.
No, there's a few of us that are half elf.
Yeah, I went full elf.
Where's Volley?
You keep changing.
No, I'm an elf.
That's the first time anyone's worried about it.
Okay.
He must have heard my horn. Where's Volley?
No one knows where Volley went.
We left
Convenient.
him back at
Something
town.
edgy, I'm sure.
Doctor. Was he among the dead? No.
We can kill him right now.
Morgan, was he amongst the definitely dead?
No, only children.
All of a sudden, Lady Clementera comes bursting through a room and says, this way, and leads you into her study. And if you guys all want to come in and everything, there's plenty of seats for everyone to sit around.
I try to wipe off my claws.
Yeah. Actually, she has a few parrots in the room.
Can't they speak with them?
You can try.
I will remove my cleats for the first time walking indoors. I will
I
take
don't know
my
if that
shoes
means
off.
it's dirtier or not with his feet.
My feet? No, I just don't want to scuff up the floor for the first time.
Oh, could you make him some socks, Atlas?
I've got
Asking me to make things.
I've got socks.
So needy.
Oh, do you have socks?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're made of like muskox hair,
That's
but
fine.
or mammoth hair, something like
I
that.
have natural claws. I don't want to scuff up the floor either.
Just
So-
like lift up your.
You're light enough that it won't do that.
So essentially, Havoc is wearing the hair of his brother on his feet.
No, I would have gotten it from other sources.
Are you sure?
He's a yak. This is muskox hair. Different creature. Similar but different.
Lady Clementera, after everyone gets in, goes up to Atlas and thanks him personally and introduces herself for the first time, saying that who she is and that she is the patrician of this city. And just can't believe that someone would come and save her, even though she was higher up, you know, because most people in the lower city don't really care for her as much. And ask for your name, I guess.
Is Lady Mina Clementara a human?
Yeah.
She's an undine.
I thought she was a human, you said.
I said he couldn't tell if she was an elf at that distance.
I do remember you saying that.
I don't.
She's an undine.
Undine. That's the water version of Sylph.
Yeah.
Hey.
Actually.
Well, he's already adopted, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Atlas introduces himself in a most noble manner. You know, with like a bow and a puff of wind.
Little water.
Right. I am Atlas Blue, the one and only Atlas Blue.
You weren't around in the city when she became a patrician, were you? How long ago was it the last time you were in the city?
40 years ago.
40 years, okay.
And she became patrician 6 years ago.
Yeah, no, I know, I have that written down. That's some of the information you have given me.
I offer my hand. Dr. Hippocampus at your service.
Oh, a doctor? You have a doctor? She is very impressed with this group all of a sudden.
Yes, I've accumulated quite the posse.
I thought you were going to say entourage.
She points at your little embroidery. What is HTC?
Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay. Oh! I have something for you. She turns around, she goes to her bookshelf and everything. She starts pulling on random books and everything, and then all of a sudden, the door opens. Like a hidden door behind the bookshelf. And she opens it up, and there is a safe, which, once again, she opens up, and she pulls out this rather big old book, leather binding and everything, probably good half a foot in width, and drops it on the table in front of you.
You have
Do I
very strong
recognize the
arms.
book?
She's a strong lady.
Pretty sure.
I blush.
It's just a house of barbarians.
I give you.
I was gonna say, this is just
across the road.
I'm a prince, you know. Yeah, I think I will actually bring up the fact that I'm a prince. What are you rolling for?
I'm gonna make an Arcana check.
Rolls a cock 17, pulls the thing out from it, just turns into a thing.
I'm gonna make an Arcana check to see if I recognize the tome.
You know enough that this isn't any other tome. Like, this was handwritten and like passed down by generation to generation. There's no other copy you can imagine of this book in the world.
What language is it in?
Common.
Oh.
We can all read it.
So she opens it up, and on the first page it says, "The Book of the Patrician."
Oh.
And she says, "This has been passed down from generation to generation, from one patrician to the next, of what is happening in this city for a very long time."
Ooh,
Why is this pertinent?
Because I think I know what is happening.
Do tell.
The heart of the mountain is dying.
Oh.
I think it was the opposite. It looks like it's getting active.
And she flips through the book.
Terrible things happen when mountains
She
die.
flips through the book and pulls to a certain page. Mount Nova used to be an active volcano. Made it very hard for the people of Port Nova to live here. It would always destroy the towns, not to mention the lurches. One day, a magician went out there and made a deal with the gods. He begged for a heart of ice to freeze this volcano. And just like that, the volcano turned to ice.
That
Never
would send the
since
snow.
It's not quite seasonal for snow yet, is it?
No.
And ever since then, from what I know in this book, it has always remained the same. Up until a few weeks ago.
I have to say, you mages have a habit of making large things that are hearts of stuff that just die at inopportune times, causing catastrophes.
Some things are smaller than other things. There's this big lump in my bag.
But a few weeks ago, I was cast out of the upper class. They didn't want me joining in their meetings anymore, and royalty from other lands had started to show up. And then she looks over at you, Havoc. Someone of your kind showed up here not too long ago.
I need to get out of this city right now. Immediately.
I had my spies.
What do your spies know?
I had my spies.
I'm undoing my will. I'm getting really defensive.
I had my spies watch over these meetings as I could not enter them. They did not want me knowing what was going on. But from what I know, they had planned to steal the heart of the mountain.
Oh, okay. Well, that's involving me a little less. Start winding my back up.
And then 3 days ago, a delivery came from that man once again.
Who's that man?
I don't know his name. All I know is he was the king of another land, and he looked a lot like you.
Ah, dang.
Oh.
And he gave him something wrapped in cloth and left. And next thing I know, the mountain began to, well...
Boy,
as you guys know,
shit's getting
rumble.
really deeper with my plot. Wow.
Dr. Davis turns to Alice. Alice, we might have something similar to what she might have received, if I'm catching the drift here.
I've never seen anything like it. I don't even know what it looked like.
Was it rectangular?
It was very shiny.
Oh. Metallic?
You could say that, yes.
No, I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that. Now.
I vaguely remember something.
Sure.
I was in quite a delirious state at the time, though, so I'm not sure. But I guarantee that man is my uncle King Carnage. Because all hobgoblins are named like Havoc and Carnage and Doom.
I don't know the man's name. I don't know where he comes from. Like I said, he just looked like you.
Well, there's one option left.
Find him in...
No, literally, of all the people in the world that look like me, there's one option left.
Oh, okay.
They're either dead or yaks.
You'd be surprised how many of them are yaks.
50% are yaks.
All I can tell is the only way to steal the heart of the mountain is to slowly siphon it through some magical means.
3 days is not enough for, I'm assuming.
I honestly do not know the amount of time we have. But all I know is if we do not stop this volcano from exploding, we will all die.
Alright, we don't have enough time to get everybody else who isn't with us right now. We need to go to the mountain.
Morgan.
Have I learned anything from the parrots?
You have learned that this is like quite a lovely home and that they are treated very well. And
They get many crackers.
And that their owner, lady of the house here, treats them very well and is a very honest woman.
Fabulous. I end my squawking with them.
Yeah, there's like a squawk in the background you've been hearing this whole time. She says, I do not know how to stop it, but I can help you in any means that you need.
We could use a lot of supplies.
Like cheese.
What exactly?
Well, I mean, magical items, knives.
Honestly, if we were in the upper city, I'd give you anything. I only have some pulls here. I know I can get access to the clerk's office. I know they have some supplies, some anti-magic supplies possibly. I have winter coats for the mountain.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
There's only so much I can offer. If we could get into the upper city, I'd help you. But once the shield went down, all hope was lost. And she pulls out like a necklace, and you can see it was a circle engraving. She's like, I was supposed to be teleported as well, but for some reason mine did not work.
I'm going to do an Arcana check. Or no, a spellcraft. Oh, I'm not good at spellcraft. Never mind.
I'm not gonna do it.
Anybody here magical can inspect that?
Oh, inspect the item.
Yeah, inspect it to see if it's been sabotaged.
I can do a spellcraft check.
Do you want to pour my dice?
Someone took that away, right?
Oh, God, that was even worse. How do you go from 3 to 1 with a new dice?
You gotta float them in the salt water.
I got 18 with spellcraft.
It needs to be higher. 12.
Atlas is just checking and rechecking.
Let me see that.
I'll give it a go.
Atlas gets
24.
a 30.
Alright,
Oh,
so
natural 20, whatever.
natural 20 for Morgrim and Atlas both look at it and they can tell that what should be a small diamond in the middle is actually glass.
Good God!
It was a counterfeit from the start.
Wait,
This was given to me by Master Strix himself.
Yeah, that guy's kind of a dickhead.
Apparently, he left me here to die.
also that indicates that not only are they involved, but they knew from the beginning that it would happen.
Well, the meeting was between him, the king you seem to know, and a third party, but I do not know who he was either.
Oh, quick
Be
question.
away from his guards. He'd be vulnerable. I'm flooded.
Quick question. Any way that we could make these necklaces for the future?
We would need a kobold of prestigious skill.
It would spend a very long time to craft something of this magnitude.
What if we just took that one and put a diamond in it?
I'd imagine the diamond would contain the enchantments, but I don't know anything of that sort.
This was supposed to activate at the same time as the shield was supposed to go up. Other than that, I don't know what its use is.
Maybe I might just get teleported. I have one request.
Yes.
Can you and your network of spies find a woman and keep her protected?
You can.
I have 2 left and a few guardsmen.
You have 2 women or 2?
Yes, women spies.
Oh.
They're the best kind of spies. No one suspects them.
Alright. There's a gnome named Taza.
Taza the gnome.
She should be in a bedchamber on the south side of town.
Oh my.
You own a property in the city, by the way.
I do.
She bought it.
She bought it with the insurance.
Taza
fraud on
owns
it.
it.
Oh.
But
The
you
insurance
can marry
fraud
into
on
that.
Well, it's not... I'm a man of the law, but I'm a very cautious man of the law.
I will send what I can to help her, but better yet, I will send my own brother to help you on your journey.
Perfect.
I shall go with you.
His arms look sinuous.
And he's got a nice strong grip.
And she looks at her brother. Be safe. And don't let the other out.
I will not.
What?
And then she turns and she says, and she goes and she calls to her servant. She's like, get them anything they need. Warm clothes. It's going to be a cold journey. And
You guys don't know. Cool.
and then she's like, and send for, and she like talks to one. She's like, she will be back with some of the anti-magic potions in the next hour.
Alright, what do we
And
get?
she tells her to be safe because there's looters everywhere.
Well,
Looters?
Looters.
probably not out at the island. There won't be any looters, I'd imagine.
So she sends out a couple people, a couple servants come to you and get you dressed properly and fitted for some winter gear. Whether or not you take it is up to you. So you get some boots.
I didn't bring my armor.
You get some jacket.
Ooh. Is it special armor?
No.
Just see if they have it. Another pair.
You looking for armor?
No, it's all right.
Brother, did you
I have
puff up my chest.
Brother, did you have any extra armor
I have
for when you
extra
were
armor
smaller?
for you. Yes.
It's
When you were smaller.
How tall are you?
You're a hobgoblin.
I know, but how tall
I'm
are you?
about 6'6".
All right, so you're considerably taller than me. You're 6'6". You're almost an entire foot taller than me.
He's a big man.
I don't think...
Yeah, what's your strength modifier?
This is no time to measure penises.
So everybody who wants it can get a jacket, gloves, boots, and maybe a hat if you really need it, but it looks like a parka.
Do I see any like bulls or bears or eagles or owls around?
Just really the parrots. There's a couple dogs, but nothing too crazy of animals. Another lady comes forward and says, here's some rations, so everybody has enough for the journey.
Russians.
Atlas spends an Arcana point. And he trades out memory lapse for Endure Elements.
I have that too, by the way. Just saying. Marked it because I was like, volcano.
I have it naturally.
Alright, fool.
Eventually...
I take off all of my clothes. I'm just sticking to my regular clothes. Yeah.
Eventually, the last servant shows up, and she has 10 bottles of anti-magic with her.
Is that a +1 dagger you're hiding down there?
Well,
one for everybody and two just in case.
In the north, things need to be thicker to retain heat.
Oh. It's weird that it's a piece of shit.
So everybody has enough for one anti-magic potion. I'm throwing 2 just for...
Make it a round number.
Steno and Flavian, who are just going to stay behind.
Well, I never got any magic potions because I was in the hole.
You get one. Oh, well, no, you get one now.
Okay.
Everybody's getting one from the servant that just came back from the clerk's office. And she comes back, and she's like, how will you guys make it back to the mountain?
I think
we got that covered.
Yeah, we probably have that covered.
Oh.
You do remember that one stealing your swan, right?
Oh, it was never mine to begin with.
I actually can't.
That doesn't match up with my alarm, but okay.
I don't care.
Yeah, I can't shrink magic.
Yeah, it is.
Let's assume that you
It's
cast an
established.
illusion that made us think that you had shrunk it.
Yeah, you can't shrink magical items with that spell.
Ah.
Do that.
What if it's a...
Well, even if you didn't shrink it, it's just sitting outside.
Yeah.
So it's okay. It's still there.
Yeah, we're gonna use the swan.
Okay.
This baby can fit so many fucking adventurers.
There's a man
Surprise this baby from mountains.
Yeah, you're gonna have to move the swan.
And
I feel like a ticket.
she begins to funnel everybody out the door, saying, "Thank you, be safe.
Premium.
Our lives all depend on you." And Atlas, being the last one to leave, she whispers in his ear, "Look out for the cold ones,"
Great.
and shuts the door.
Wait. I knocked on the door.
No one answered.
What the fuck? Is it open?
Yeah.
Hey!
She's not there. She's gone.
Son of a bitch! Alright, I slammed the door. We're going to the old town. God damn it. Fuckers.
It's got a shield.
I know it's got a shield.
How are we gonna get through the shield?
We're gonna figure out something.
About the 9/11.
Get on.
We're on the plane.
What about the volcano?
Yeah.
Mind you, while you guys have been in this house, you have felt rumbles, but you guys have been set in the far back of like everything of the city, so you're just getting kind of the after effect. But you've been feeling the rumbles.
Getting the rumbles.
The rumbles, special rumbles.
I don't know if a dozen anti-magic potions is going to be enough.
We have 6 others, by the way.
No.
I don't know. Are we going to be tossing anti-magic into... Because, like, the mountain isn't magic. It's something in the mountain that's stopping it from erupting as magic.
Well, there is a magic heart in the mountain stopping it from erupting, but now the heart is melting, and we need to stop whatever's melting it from melting it with anti-magic.
Sure, I thought...
Which I realize is a bit of an anachronism.
I thought we could just...
Stopping magic with anti-magic, that's supporting magic.
No, that's stopping magic.
Right.
It's match.
Yeah.
I thought we were just going to fucking stab it or something.
We can try that.
That's usually my solution.
I do have a frost whip.
There are
I
knives...
can refrost things with this whip.
Atlas casts Endure Elements on himself.
Okay.
24 hours.
I'm gonna wait till we get closer.
Well, let's rev up this swan and take care of the immediate problem at hand. I figure a patrician, even one in the midst of a coup, is a better ally than no patrician.
Yes. Right. Let's go.
Lucas, did you show us that wanted poster?
Oh! Hey guys, I found this.
Oh, shit.
Good news, 500 gold pieces is not too bad.
Respectable.
But...
And if we have someone who could shrink an object, such as myself, you'd be able to sneak me back out.
I don't know if
Things, not people.
No, well,
Not people.
Not even magic things.
Like, we could figure out a way, but we need to keep an eye on this, and also Taza...
oh yeah, but the no.
That's alright.
If there's only one guard, I can
She's well hidden.
hidden.
Probably dead.
We can disguise him.
I can
all
see
in
a
my
time.
fate.
Don't you fucking... Well, how far in the future are you looking? If you're looking like 400 years in the future, that's not right.
We're all dead, man.
She's dead.
Alright. What are you guys doing? You guys getting on?
I will climb right to the swan
Climbing in.
and make a good show of being brave.
Let's see what this swan can do. And I'm gonna take it up to Mach 0.2, and then
Will we die if we break the sound barrier?
I don't
No,
know.
because
He's gonna drive like a Tesla and put it to ludicrous.
And then still fast. That's like 80 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
Hold on to your hats. I lose.
we're gonna
this
fly.
little-
We're gonna fly to the volcano. Or first, I'm gonna make a detour towards Old Town.
Atlas.
There are mages there that can deal with this
Are
sort
they
of
going
thing.
to shoot us down? Also, they're
They
gonna
might, maybe.
They might shoot.
Atlas.
Swan!
He's the only one flying it, Havoc. You can't kill him.
How you holding up back there, Havoc?
Atlas.
You don't want me to go there?
Shortest trip as possible.
Okay. I'll beeline for the volcano.
Alright. You guys got some time to kill. It is a decent flight out there if you guys want to talk over what your plan is and everything.
I'm back sitting in my chair
Joe, it's
on the
150
platform.
miles an hour.
You guys,
Yeah,
you guys haven't been there. You guys are all.
Puke a few more beetles.
Oh, nasty, man. Off the side.
I slap you on the back. There's so many fucking beetles in this.
So you guys got some time. It's going to take a little bit to get to the mountain. If you guys want to talk or discuss a plan or what you guys are thinking, and you got to move.
Does Havoc have a few like legs stuck in his teeth?
No.
So, Atlas, what magic people do you know that we're trying to find?
Well, the headmaster gave me a bit of a look that said, are you capable of this? Can you handle this? But then he also sort of gave me this side look that was like, you can't do this. And I'm going to show him. I'm going to show him that I can. I could have graduated if I wanted to.
Slow down, Atlas. Slow down.
We're going to take this baby up to 0.3.
Going 400 miles in downtown Tokyo. You got to slow down, Stan.
767 miles an hour is what Mach 1 is.
Just like puffs of my feathers and this behind.
It's like you're stripping this bird of its feathers. Or it's going to go completely down. The closer you get to the mountain, you can see, actually below you on the water, most of the water is starting to turn to ice as well. Frozen. and you can make clear now a lot better what a sight this mountain really is. It's just completely frozen. There's snow all over it, and just barely at the top, you just see black coming off the top of it.
So
is like the air cold as well?
Oh yeah, it's starting to drop in temperature.
So let me get this
finally.
straight. The ice heart is melting, and that's why the volcano is building.
Yes. That's the assumption.
Okay.
I'm also going to retroactively retract my shrink item Arcana point. Because Atlas knows that he wouldn't have been able to do it.
I cast Dirt Elements.
Same. Gotta mark that baby off.
24 hours.
Yeah, I cast Endure Elements too.
Oh, whatever you want, man.
I didn't know when I was hungry.
See, I just realized something now. I picked a class so that I had the ability to change out my spell for the situation needed, when all I needed to do was not prepare my spells ahead of time, and then I could just say that I had that spell prepared, since every other spellcaster here has been doing that.
That's not true. I've been marking mine.
Oh, I marked mine.
Oh, I bet you all did. Yeah.
I literally check marked mine. But I can also do what you do and just switch them out.
Endure Elements right there.
Oh, he's done it.
I can do what you can
She
do.
marked
I
it
can
off
just switch
really
my spells
quickly
out
before
whenever I
she-
want.
I only
I was
have
the first one who wanted to
two
go
first
there.
level spells I would ever cast.
I'm pretty sure I can just use my own hammer.
So as you guys,
Yeah, your spells are from a hard list. It's different.
as you guys get closer and closer, you can all roll a perception check.
Fabulous.
3.
Hang on.
5?
I'm going to use my
14.
balance die. 5.
Improvement by 2.
Don't worry.
That's
I'm getting the bad
change
ones
your
out.
motion.
Yeah. I'm getting the bad ones out of the way right now.
This isn't me.
So okay, going through it one more time. I need to know what everybody rolls.
17.
13.
8.
5.
23.
14.
5.
All right. So only 2 of you who have seen this, which would be Victus and I believe Morgan. You rolled
13.
Oh no, wait, was it?
8.
It was Havoc.
Was it Havoc?
17.
Okay. So Havoc and Victus.
I see
The
something.
wind
with
is
my
starting.
own
The
eyes.
wind is starting to pick up. It's almost like blizzard weather.
Atlas!
So it's becoming harder to see the closer you get to this mountain.
Oh, please tell
But
me I
you
have
two,
goggles.
looking down, you're close enough. You can look down at the mountain.
Yeah, I've been staring into blizzards my whole life. So
Yeah.
I'm
So
fine
this
with
is nothing to you.
Snowflake
And-
hits you in the eye.
And you can see in the middle of this mountain, blue eyes staring right at you.
Atlas!
And all of a sudden,
the mountain has blue eyes, or
you see very, very faint blue eyes staring at you in the middle. You're close enough to where you can start making out things on this mountain detail, like small trees, a few actual buildings.
Would I have seen these
Too
eyes
close.
before?
You didn't look at the altimeter.
I would like to make a nature check to see if I know these eyes, as if like there's some creature of the north. That's an 8. Probably not.
I pull out. Well, no, I don't pull it out. I ready my knife.
Yeah. Well, as you guys see these eyes, all of a
It's
sudden
okay.
a huge, huge loud bang and a rumble, and you see fireballs coming out.
Fireballs.
Dang it.
This is just like sophomore year.
I just realized we never grabbed any of our horses or donkeys or anything.
Or yaks.
Nope.
I think I thought we left those back at the
You
property.
guys left them at the estate,
Yeah.
or your new
The hideout.
It's Taz's
your new
place.
hideout, new HTC headquarters, and Atlas. You got fireballs coming at you, man. What you gonna do?
Dodge, dip,
We're gonna
dodge.
maneuver.
Atlas! Fireballs! Ah!
Does he have to dodge with a spellcraft check?
Probably fly.
Fly check, actually.
Fly check?
Alright.
And he has to do that now?
Yeah, because
Oh,
he's
God.
in control of this.
This is going horribly.
I start to pray.
TPK. TPK.
Oh my god!
Oh, I did.
Why is he rolling again?
Reroll, he's got the
Oh,
time thing.
you lucky son.
It's not great.
15.
Alright, so the first couple come at you, and they're barely missing you. You're like, I got this! But as the next one comes in, you just see Blizzard, and all of a sudden a big one comes right in front of you. And it clips a wing.
Oh, shoot.
Oh!
But you guys all notice something's not right with this fireball. It's got spikes of ice coming out of it.
Does anyone know mending?
Did
lost the wing.
I mark it off? I did not mark it
Damage,
off.
and you're starting to go down.
Yeah, bring us to a safe landing.
You have time to try to safely land this, and I'm gonna give you 3 rolls on your way down to try to control this.
Well, hang on.
3 checks.
One second.
Atlas lets go of the swan neck and flips out his book. He spends an Arcana point, and then he readies. Make whole.
Does make whole work on magic items?
Oh.
We are learning things today.
This.
We may just have the swan for this episode.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Bless on Atlas, and each ally gains a +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and on saving throws against fear effects.
Just him?
Make whole is a spell
He's the only one that gets-
designed for magic items.
No, it's a burst of 50 feet.
Okay. +1 to what?
My friend, this is a stressful situation. I need you to roll.
Oh boy.
I know what evens are, and I know what are.
We're at odd.
And now we're at an odd. And you're quite scared right now. What do you do?
Jesus. The 2 barbarians in the back freaking out, holding each other. Oh, I hate fly! Please don't let me go!
So I can restore the wing.
You don't really know what's going on right now.
No.
You are super confused. You are barreling down in the middle of the
Did
sky.
you hear the scream?
Yeah.
Of course I don't know what's going on.
Yes, Joe?
Yes. Does make whole work on magic items?
It works on magic items, but I can only restore magic properties if my caster level is twice that of the item. And it's not.
It's not.
So I can fix the wing, but I can't imbue its ability to flap. So I'm going to fix the wing so we're at least stable.
Balanced. Okay,
Right.
okay, that makes sense.
I'm going to cast Entropic Shield.
We can mage hand the wing.
I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be hard to cast that while you're barreling down right now. Like it's not something. It's just like you just turn and you can just hit it. You're like falling down pretty fast.
Hang on.
Spend an Arcana point.
I'm like Morgan now. I'm so bad. That spell takes 10 minutes to cast.
Oh boy! So that nothing's happening.
No,
You're going down.
I don't spend that Arcana point.
Wait, can we pause for 10 minutes?
We need to figure something out. No, roll me a d20, sir. A fly check.
I'll make a flight check. Mending also takes 10 minutes, by the way. So our snap mends.
The doors. That's funny though.
Can I...
Natural 1.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
If you add up all my rolls,
So-
they won't have equal 20.
So, in the spirit of ones, I can't say that he threw his sword or his object, but he's lost control completely.
Sure.
And he's gone flying back into the arms of the 2 barbarians. So now he's at the mercy of whoever's at the front trying to fly this thing.
Okay, I'm going to jump up front.
You have...
Victus is.
Everybody needs to roll
I've got high
a
dexterity.
check for...
A reflex save, perhaps?
I guess a reflex save. I was looking for something more for like grappling, like something to hold on to as you're going down. But I guess reflex
Like
is
a
to
climb
get.
then?
I would say to try to get to something that you can hold on to, like a reflex.
I'm going to pull out my magic knife and stab it into the swan.
I've got 2 barbarians holding me. Do I get a bonus?
Yes. No, you don't have to grab on anything. They have been back there holding on already. You're just in the middle of them now, and 2 big buff dudes are just kind of pinching you in there.
This is just like junior year.
You two do not have to make a check because you guys were back there holding stuff already.
Okay.
Is that what made you leave?
No.
All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna.
What are we looking at?
What is happening? I'm sorry.
What are we looking at?
I'm
Here.
sorry.
Reflex.
Reflex. Got it. Thank you. Wasn't sure. Oh, for the love of God.
You can fly.
I know I can fly. Thank God I can fly.
I'm debating. I'm gonna say you try to get a hold of it, so you're gonna be the one who tries to roll the next one here.
No,
Try to land this.
She rolled
I got an
a total of 7. That's a
8.
5. Oh, that's a 6?
It's a 6.
It looks like a 5.
But if I might corrections, you were the next closest to the front.
Really? Awesome.
So you actually grabbed the neck.
Oh, okay.
But
8?
yes. Just because
I just fall back into it.
because you gotta think, you're going barreling down. She goes forward into the neck.
Okay.
I guess. Oh.
Just thought I would do it.
I thought we were...
Oh no, you're fine. Yes, sorry.
24.
Okay, you're fine. You grab the side. we already know where Atlas is.
24, but
You stabbed
Yeah.
You stabbed down.
Wait, what's happening?
You need to roll a reflex save to try to grab something.
Do I do full damage against this one?
14.
Yeah, you're fine. You grab the side as well. So right now I'm splitting this table how I see it. So basically, you guys are more on the right except for Victus who stabbed the middle. You guys are more on the left except for Atlas who went flying back, and now you are actually holding the neck.
Okay.
And then last
7.
You're going towards Morgrim right now, so you can try to make one more attempt to grab her and not make a collision right now.
He's right behind me, so I can. Can I?
So basically,
go in front because I did roll 24.
No, because you're on the left side, I stated.
Okay.
He's on the right. So basically, these two right here in the middle both went towards the front. So it actually worked.
Nice. Natural 20.
So you both are now hugging this neck of this bird going down. And I'm going to leave it to you two to try to figure out if you guys can pull the bird's neck up and try to land this on the ground without going
You don't want me to
full
do a
splat.
fly check.
Well, it's going to be a combined effort. So
Would
whoever
it be an
has the high,
acrobatics? Because we're not flying. We're pulling
you're
back.
pulling. It's almost like a string.
I do have a.
You don't want me to do acrobatics either.
Can I do an acrobatics check to slide down to them and then try helping?
Like a plus.
This is all
So
within
I
a matter
have
of
a
seconds.
three
I don't
to
know
fly
if
here,
you're
but
going to
I
make
have
it in time.
The ability,
close
the
are we?
feet.
Pretty
to
close
fly.
now, because there was only supposed to be 3 rolls. One for the first check, which he epically
Fly
failed.
once per day.
The second check now, which is the halfway point, where all of you guys just had to grapple. So this is the last check before you hit the ground.
I'm going to prepare a jump.
That takes a single hand. That's one action.
Prepare to jump.
Yeah, I'm preparing to jump.
Close to work. I just started hearing it. It's like, oh, hello.
I'll assist, but I will not fly.
What was it that I was just thinking of? Whose line is it? Oh, wait, we're going with it?
I don't assist.
What'd you roll?
A 7.
Okay.
I don't help.
It comes down to you here.
15.
It's better. That is a lot better.
I told you don't want me flying.
So, at the last second, do you have any last words before you hit the ground? Because this comes down to you. You're the last one. You're just doing the best you can right here and now. What do you say?
You know what it is?
What is it? Say it.
Squaw.
I'm gonna,
So the last thing...
I'm gonna
you
jump
want-
off and use levitate and just float down.
You can do that if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Yeah, can I glide down? Can I just glide down?
You just
I
let
can
them.
glide.
You made the decision to try to pull, so you're
How
still on
close,
it.
I will,
how
of
close
course,
are
save my
we
people.
to the ground? To crashing?
You just
10 minutes?
Well,
Oh, I jumped.
So,
yeah,
what happened is the last thing anybody hears is squaw. Griff is just floating, and all he sees is a big poof.
Well, I would have liked to have done a thing.
I said, does anybody try to do something?
Yeah, I prepared to jump.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a big thing.
Oh god.
A big thing.
Big thing because it's an immediate action.
Okay.
Tensor's floating
It's
disc.
not a 10-minute. It's not a 10-minute thing, right?
No, it's not a 10-minute thing.
Maybe it's hit the
It's
ground.
It's immediate action. Feather ball. Feather ball.
All right.
On who?
on magic items.
Can you do it on everything?
I can do one medium or small free-falling object or creature per level. No two of which may be more than 20 feet apart. So I can get 6 people.
Oh, all right.
Or this object.
So wait,
I don't know how that works.
you have to pick. Someone's
Well, no,
gonna be
you
mad.
can fly.
No, because he
smart.
bailed out. Which these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Please pick me.
So
One person.
one person might not.
You can just.
I can actually cast it on the object.
Can you really?
Yeah, I can cast it on an object.
Apparently, we
that's
should have
falling.
done this from the beginning.
So I cast it on the boat, and we begin to fall slowly, such that when we hit the ground, we take no damage.
So, all right.
So effectively,
So-
this is an innate
This is-
power that I have too. It's a spell-like ability. So it's just like the winds pick up and like rescue Atlas, and they loft the boat and slowly
All
disembark.
right. So this is what it looks like.
It wasn't me casting the spell. It was different.
So this is what it looks like. When all hope looked lost, Morgan doing her best, thinking she can handle this, just one-on-one with this bird to bird. And Griff saying, no way, jumps out and does his own fall. Atlas, in his last second, says, no! And all this air just swarms him and around the rest of the bird. And they just slowly land right onto the pretty much the bottom of the mountain.
That was nice. I'm gonna cast perception to see if I can see that fucker who threw a fireball
I'm
in.
gonna put my cleats on.
I'm gonna use
Someone threw a fireball at you?
The mountain did.
The mountain did.
Oh, the mountain.
Well, there was eyes.
Oh, I
you
snapped
saw
out of my
eyes.
thing.
Yeah.
Do I
It's
snap
not
out of
unreasonable for him to
what
do
I was
that.
in.
He saw eyes.
You can try. You can roll. It really comes down to what's going to happen here. No, you did not. So everybody is successfully in the bird. The bird is damaged, and then all of a sudden, here comes Griff. He just lands down just where he was.
What's up?
I can only do that once per day, by the way. So if we fall again, we're going to be in trouble.
Oh, that's fine.
I can glide.
According to Morgan, she probably believes she's the one who just saved you guys. She was pulling on the bird's neck.
So hard.
So,
You're welcome.
I mean, it's up to
I
you
will
guys to
pat her
figure
on the
out
back
who.
and say, good job, and then I'll push Atlas off of me and say, what the hell did you do?
Come on, you ungrateful.
I'm going to roll to see who I think actually saved us. So that
We're gonna have
was
2 teams here.
that was a 12. Who do I think I saved?
Roll again. Evens are Joe. Odd is Morgan. Sorry, and Atlas. So you believe Morgan was the savior?
I give Morgan a piece of cheese because
We all lift her up onto
I
her
shoulders.
shoulders.
I think it's just like,
Damn it!
you saved
I was doing so good.
I rolled a 16 perception. Did I notice that the winds picked up?
Yes. But you got to understand also there was a blizzard around you as well, so you don't really know exactly where the winds came from.
I'm gonna start making my way towards where I saw those eyes.
Okay, so
Is that
I'm going to tell you right now.
Victus, be careful.
I am
Is
not
everyone
going to
here?
follow
Is
you
everyone okay?
whatsoever.
Victus,
just not fuck
you
off
were at
for
a
a
very
minute.
high vantage point before, so you don't really know exactly from
Could I
this
do-
view to looking up at a mountain exactly where those eyes
Could
were.
I do an intelligence check to triangulate it in my head?
You can think you are doing that, and sure.
I will stop Victus before he starts walking. I'll let him think all he wants, but I won't let him walk. We should rope up. Frosty mountain slopes are a dangerous place filled with crevasses and the like. I've got crampons, I'll take point.
I love that song.
Kravas.
Frosty Mountain Slopes.
What?
It sounds like a song.
Okay, so I'm going to attach 2 of my wooden... Actually, I've got claws. What am I kidding? I don't need to attach anything to my feet.
Yeah, so I will rope us up with my 100 feet of rope.
I'm gonna pull out my magic knife. Be a stabby. What the fuck are those called?
Ice axe?
Yeah, ice pick.
Oh, I pull out my axe.
So, an ice axe for,
Yeah.
like, walking, or do you mean like a pinton?
Like an ice. I think I'll ice axe for climbing.
Wooden
It's going to be a very
stake.
small ice axe.
Sure.
I'll do my wooden
But a
stake.
very strong ice axe.
Yeah.
I don't even have one.
well, if Volley's with us. Actually, no, I can't.
Volley, you don't know where he is.
Okay, well,
Do
you're,
not anger
you're
the
the
DM.
DM, so fair enough.
I'm gonna wrap a bunch of cloth around the handle so that way it's easier to grab. And then
So,
Can we all just prep?
yeah, you guys can do whatever you want.
the mountain.
it's icy.
So you guys are literally at the bottom of this mountain. You can turn behind you. You guys can see that what was the town behind you is just completely disappeared. It's completely. There's so much of a blizzard going on. The ocean that was in front of you is just completely frozen, and all you can see is the mountain. If you turn around back now, the mountain in front of you.
Frey, that was an awfully girly scream for a barbarian.
I look around. I'm just like, who, Frey? Who's that?
You,
My name is Robin.
Robin.
I am the brave Sir Robin.
Robin.
Dr.
Great.
Hippocampus gives you
Got any more of those cards? Doc?
Robin,
Yes,
not Frey.
that is me. I don't know who Frey is.
Pull out an ink blot.
You sure?
Yes.
Huh.
Glad we established it.
Do I look like I lie, sir?
Yes.
Do a sense motive check.
Christ.
Damn, the dirt rolls.
The table's lopsided.
Now that we've cleaned it.
That's why.
Ooh, sense
I'm gonna put
motive.
my jacket on.
I'm assuming everybody put on their gear beforehand. I mean, if you didn't, then
It's too hot over there.
it's getting pretty cold. I would do so.
16.
He's telling the truth.
You have a split personality, don't you?
You're the most interesting human I've seen so far.
I don't know what you are talking about.
You sure? Because your personality is completely different than it was when we first met you 10 minutes ago.
Who do you live with?
I live with my sister.
Okay, so that adds up.
Yeah. If you jump into water, do you change personality?
That was
I
not
hope I float.
Okay.
Dr. Hippocampus pulls out his book and starts making entries.
Maybe entries on that.
Maybe a small vulture.
Are we
Dr.
exploring?
Patient confidentiality.
Damn
A
it.
small vulture.
Should we explore the base of the mountain or climb to the peak?
We should climb to the peak.
All right.
Everything's always at the peak.
Are we just planning on tossing potions into the top?
We'll kind of improvise once we get.
Hopefully, there's an entryway that all the smoke's
Yeah, I was
coming
gonna
out.
say, like, is there like a tunnel?
Well,
I
they
mean, we
had to
probably
place
don't
the
want
heart
to
in the
go
first
into
place.
the smoke. Maybe there's like a side.
Well, let's spiral up this mountain and
smog
search
door.
the slopes.
When you guys get yourselves together and off of the dead bird, I guess now, you look to
Careful
your
what you
left, and
call
what
me.
looks like an impact into the ground has a bunch of ice shattering out it.
I'm gonna pull out a knife and like scratch the ground and step back.
I mean, that's not quite the impact of a swan.
I was just checking to see if the mountain was like sealing itself with ice. I don't know.
No.
Cool, nothing happened.
Alright, cool. To the top?
Yeah,
To the top.
to the
All
top.
right. Everyone's roped up, and I will lead the climb.
Whose
Climb
rope are
check.
we using and how long is it? Is it enough to get all of us? Do we need to
We
use
all
a
have-
second rope?
I
Just
think we all know.
We've all got rope.
Some of
We're
us
all
have
roped
better
up.
rope than others.
Can I just not be last, please?
did you invest in silk rope? Is that
I don't think I did, but I'm sure
Yeah.
you did. I mean, get it.
What?
Atlas did. I said I didn't say Atlas.
Oh.
My mistake. I own up to it
Some
now.
punishment.
Atlas, by any chance, do you have silk rope? I feel like you would have silk rope.
Like someone who carries around a bunch of things?
Yes.
Well, I don't.
Alright, who has rope?
I do.
Okay.
I got rope. Is that enough? I mean, how much? How long
I thought I had 100. I have 50.
50? Okay.
That's still probably enough for each.
There's
Okay.
about
Yeah.
8 of you. You can split about 5 feet between each other, put you about 40 feet. So, 7 feet, like 6.5 area will put you about 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys should be good.
Fabulous.
Would you like me to lead the climb check?
Yes, please.
Definitely.
Yeah. Plus 7. 9 plus 7 is 16. That's all right.
That's okay. I mean, you're at the bottom of the mountain, so I mean, it's only going to get harder from here.
Oh, we're at the bottom? I thought we landed.
Oh,
in
no,
the
no,
middle.
no, no. You landed at the bottom. You went straight.
This is icy terrain, and I have cleats. That's a plus 2. So 18.
I'm gonna assist him. I guess I'm just like pushing up.
You want to roll a perception check as well? Because you're the front runner of this. See how well you can see.
Ooh. That's an 8.
So, you're leading strong and all, but at the same
Still
time,
18.
you can't see anything past this blizzard in your face right now.
I didn't bring my goggles.
As I'm walking, I'm kind of looking down and see if I can find any like scat or anything resembling leftovers from a bear, bald eagle, owl.
Are those
No.
things you need to make a spell?
Yes.
Unfortunately,
What
nothing
are they
right now.
else?
Oh,
If you've got a spell component
owls.
patch,
Owl's wisdom, bull strength.
There you go.
I have a list here somewhere. Doesn't matter.
Somebody need to learn eschew
I have
material.
eschew materials.
don't you have eschew materials?
Yeah, shouldn't you
I told
have
you to take that.
Did you take
Did you
eschew
take eschew
materials?
materials?
Oh yeah, everything's with my horse.
No.
You don't leave your feet behind.
It's a feat.
Eschew materials.
Eschew
is a
materials
feat.
is a feat that you can
Oh wait, no, wait.
It's with my horse.
As long as your spell doesn't like cost 100 gold, like what is
As
it?
long as there's
I
not a
didn't take
gold cost.
Yeah.
I
You
didn't
made
take
a
that.
big mistake, pal.
Oh well, too bad. So sad.
Precise shot.
Now I can.
What feats do you have?
I have
He's
weapon
gonna shoot him a
focus,
bow.
point blank, precise shot, weapon finesse, hidden spell, Empower spell,
It's okay. We'll teach him about
Blessing, Charm, and Protection.
Those are
Those are spells.
Anyways, yeah, so those are the feats.
Okay.
So.
If you dare pluck one of my feathers,
Does anybody have like a bag?
What is the order of this? I want to know. I mean, are we going to keep it simple? So he's the leader, so I just go around the table and this will be the order.
Yeah, do that.
I think that's going to be the easiest way for me to keep track of who's in who's
Give
lining
me a
up.
barbarian sandwich.
Yeah.
he doesn't want to be last.
No, I didn't know. I need
How
someone.
about this way?
I need someone surrounding me at all times right now, please.
So
We
it's
can
either-
swap plates.
So
as well.
if I could do this,
Not
I could
if
go
I have
him
to
and
let
then
go
go
of my
around
rope.
and then you last, but that would be the only other way. It's just the easiest way for me to keep track.
I
Right
have terrible climb.
I'll go with that.
I thought you were brave. He'll be last.
No! No, please!
Because of that.
Yeah, who's short now? He's at the. He's lower on the mountain, just climbing up. This is entirely petty.
Don't worry, Robin. Everything's gonna be fine. We're strong adventurers.
So is everybody dressed? Like, does everybody have a winter coat on?
Come on, here. You can stand in front of
No
me.
one's just trying to be tough without it, right?
Robin, notice
Some of us have cashed in
Robin will remember
No,
that.
I know some of you have. I'm pretty sure that's 1, 2, 3. Just this corner right here.
I have endure
And
elements cold naturally.
Sorry, and Dr. Hippocampus.
Doctor, yeah, hit that. So Dr. Hippocampus, Atlas, Morgrim, you two,
Zool.
sorry, that one's tough for me, it's Zool.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going.
And
The
you're just
necromancer.
resistant to
I have
cold.
at level
Or at least
3.
you have
I
it.
have endure elements cold naturally all the time,
Okay.
and at level 6 I get 1 energy resistance cold.
Oh, okay. So
Single
at least half the table here is resistant right
Cone
now
of
to the
Frost.
cold.
Oh,
Instead of 48 damage, it's 47.
So the only people I have to worry about is Victus, Griff, and
For what?
Robin.
Sir Robin the Brave.
Sir Robin Brave.
Yeah, I'm wearing
Brave Sir Robin.
the jacket.
Yeah, but you guys are wearing your coats.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're okay for now.
I have a thick winter coat that I can give to somebody spare.
I could wear
Because
two.
I'm not cold yet.
Do you have an extra hat?
No, I've got a helmet. Which I don't have because I don't have my armor on.
Why didn't you take any of the armor?
Because I thought we were having a party.
No, but then the
Oh,
patrician-
because I wanted to seem tough for the patrician. She's cute.
Your brother is right there.
I'd like to imagine that
Yeah.
they're shouting back and forth.
I can't do anything about it.
Well, I'm not allowed to have any opinions on attractiveness.
Not on Tuesdays, at least. Now,
What?
keep
There's like 5 different conversations going on in this line.
Alright, do we keep climbing?
Yeah, you guys keep climbing. I mean, if this is your plan, you're going straight up, you go straight
I
up.
mean, I don't know if there's another option. Look, we're fucking getting to this heart of the mountain.
Yeah, we're just keeping an eye out for any like entranceways, crags.
Right.
Yeah.
Caves.
Make me another check.
Anybody know any, like, scouting? Can you weasel
19.
scout for us?
19. You're okay. And perception one more time for me.
Maybe.
Oh, that was perception.
Oh, that was perception. I was doing the check for
Climb
the
check?
climb. Yeah, okay, so the first one I'll do is perception, then
And I just
do the
rolled
climb
another
check.
9, which is the same as before.
Okay, so your climbing's fine, but this time it's finally beginning to clear up enough so where you can start making out some things. You actually see some older buildings that were probably there for a very long time that are kind of almost frozen, but enough to where like they're sticking out. And a few trees now are also starting to pop up.
I'll point them out and say, shelter for the weak.
We should poke our heads in just to see that.
Mind you guys, you haven't slept a wink.
Yeah,
Yes, it's the
the
middle of the
night
night.
before.
We got an alpine start.
You guys had a lot happen. You flew over to the manor, which it took a few hours, by the way, just to get everything together, because it took an hour for the servants to go get the anti-magic. It took you guys 8, you guys. Yeah. So I would say it has to be getting closer to dawn.
You guys want to rest up real quick?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's
So
a good
it's
idea.
hard to
We
see
should
in
just
the
stop
first place,
where
which
we
is
are.
why when
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
looked down the mountain, those blue eyes really stuck out. Is why I was even willing.
We can't stop.
I'm going to use my knowledge engineering to make sure that these structures are safe to go into. They're not like about to collapse or something.
That's a cocked eye.
18 plus 5 is 23.
Oh, they're solid.
They're solid. They're not going to fall. There's no
Frozen
parts inside.
solid.
They're
Natural selection of houses.
They're frozen solid.
Tap the top.
They're not like, it's not like the whole building's frozen. It's like, so say like, once when there was like a luscious land and it was up against the mountain, now it's just frozen on the back side, but like the front is still open out. So you can still go to it and get in if you need to. But it's not like completely frozen over, but it's solid ice on the back side of it.
Okay.
This volcano is not going to wait for us to take a nap.
No.
And as soon as you said that, big rumble once again occurs. And all of you need to roll to keep your balance.
Reflex?
Yes. Alright.
Ah, dang.
Alright, I'm going to go around the table. Victus.
I'm Havoc.
Havoc.
I got a 10, but could I add my +2?
Yes.
Cool. So, 12.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, boy.
16.
Alright.
9.
Alright.
24.
Yep.
17.
Yep.
15.
20.
Okay. So.
So before you say anything, I'm in the very front of
Yes,
the row,
I know.
and I'm very light.
I got you.
Okay.
So, Havoc becomes a little off steady, and just when he thinks he's about to get his grip back,
Ah, shoot.
Morgan behind him falls over and pulls him, giving him that extra yank.
Uh-oh.
But luckily, I got it. I got my cheat. I got Azul. I will get this, I promise. Sturdy's down. It's like, prepare! Like yourself. Like he's like, he knows what's about to happen. So they start going right by you, and you feel a tug, and I want you to roll one more time to try to hold on to him.
Ah!
20.
You got them. So you buckle down and you're ready for this, and they just, you feel a yank on the cord, but that's it, and you just pull them, and that stopped them right in their tracks.
Good one.
Don't do that again.
I'm like a kite. I'm
You should give yourself a
75
piece of
pounds.
cheese.
Everybody else was doing just fine. You guys kept your stable. You were all stable. You were all right. So you guys can get back up. And
Thank you, Zool.
Don't do that again.
I don't intend to.
I'm on my back, and I'm just there's
Somebody flip it
feathers
over.
and snow.
all right, everybody who is not on the ground, roll perception check.
So not us.
Am I wrong?
Who? Zool is the next in line. So, Zool, start me off. What is your perception?
8.
All right, so you're looking at that. Victus.
39.
Holy. You
14.
Plus 11.
3. Okay. You were amazed by this. Just throwing it out there. Once again, Victus. While everybody's more distracted about Havoc and Morgan on the ground, you look up to see how much further you have to go, and you see these eyes staring at you again, up and down.
Oh, it's close to you.
And they're just staring straight at you.
These eyes.
I'm crying.
Can I make another roll?
And you speak Elven, right?
Yes. Of
hear-
many languages.
You hear whispers coming to you. Turn back. You know.
I whispered back. Fuck yourself.
What?
Actually, and as soon as you said that, the eyes went dark.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, you hear a huge, huge rumble.
Brace yourselves.
I have good news and bad news. The good news is
Everyone can roll a perception check for this. Starting from the top.
10.
12.
20.
12. 25.
20.
10.
Alright. Everyone in the higher ranks above a 15. You all look up at the top of the mountain. And it's almost like the blizzard kind of parts. And you see an avalanche coming at you.
Jesus Christ!
Go to the buildings.
Shelter for the weak.
So, who can see this that rolled above a 15? I believe it is Azul, Victus, and Dr. Hippocampus.
Yeah, I'm going to yell out.
All three of you
avalanche.
see this right now. What do?
I yell out avalanche and then I sprint over.
That sounds like pretty much the same thing I'm going to do. I'm going to run over.
Yeah.
Alright, so all three of you yell, and now everybody who didn't see this has to roll a reflex. Right
Since I'm on the ground, can I just...
now. No, you're getting up as this happens. You're getting up. You're okay. You're not on the ground anymore. You're not on the ground anymore. You're getting up, but you weren't focusing on the top of the mountain. You were just like, I'm sorry I fell.
Okay.
You were like having an argument.
23.
So reflex?
Yes.
Alright, 16.
18.
Alright, great.
15.
17.
Alright, all of you guys heard this, and I'll quickly look up and get yourself up and get moving. Now, who's following who and who's leading this trolley? Because, by the way, you guys are all tied to rope together, so
I think
just
we're
throwing
sort
that
of
out there.
Just going as like a line.
Because right now, these three,
horizontal lines,
which would be Azul, Victus, and Dr. Hippocampus, are kind of leading the pack almost, because they were the first ones to see this and start tugging you guys along.
Yeah, so I think we're advancing in a horizontal line as opposed to a vertical line.
Alright, and where are you guys heading towards?
Shelter.
Yeah.
The sturdy
How many buildings are over there?
So, you see one building, and it's probably...
Now hold on a second.
So, the building's not necessarily to your right. It's actually kind of forward, but to the right.
But there's only
Because you
one
saw when
entrance.
you were proceeding up, and that's where it was.
But there's only one building there.
Yes.
So we're all running towards the same point then.
Yes.
Okay.
But not everybody saw it.
Does anybody
Oh, the
know?
building.
Does everybody know Wall of Stone, or does anybody know Wall
I
of Stone?
pointed out.
I don't have
You
it.
did
That's
point it
pretty
out, but at the
good
same time when you
Is it?
pointed out, that
Okay.
guy shook and people fell over, so I don't know who actually...
I have little
Is
reference.
anyone really slower than everyone else?
I don't know, you guys have to tell
Yeah,
me
what
where
are
your speeds are.
40.
30 feet.
30.
30.
So the two ends are actually pulling
But,
out.
but at the same time, you guys are on ice.
Actually,
You're the only one who has
20.
traction, because anybody moving on ice, it takes 2 squares to move 30 feet.
I have 20 feet because I'm wearing armor.
Oh.
So you're pulling them back, and you guys can only move at half speed, basically, right now, because you're on ice, except for you. Because you have the cleats.
15.
And I'm going to say the cleats have enough traction to dig into the ice.
How heavy is Dr.
Now
Hippocampus?
hold on.
blade?
I have
Mind you, you two
claws.
are on the... are you wearing boots or no?
No,
Okay, so I'll give you credit. You have traction, but everybody else,
Fabulous.
it's ice, and you have to. You're moving half your speed.
Like spiky.
There's no shoes.
No, they're just winter boots. There's nothing special. That's
does-
why he was leading, because he had cleats.
Does anybody know haste? I yell.
I'm working on that spell. Haven't got it down yet.
I'm working on it, man.
No, I haven't marked that off.
So
See, I'm honest.
basically, right now, from what I can tell, you two are moving at regular speed. Moving at half, and you rolled a 3. You said, right?
Earlier, yeah.
So you're just moving the slowest out of the group because you have the worst reaction.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm scared.
I'm sorry. So, right now, a couple of you guys are pulling the rest of the group, or trying to, but you're kind of actually getting held back. So instead of you moving, like they're moving half, so they're moving 15 feet. Instead of you moving 30 to 40, you're going to be moving around 20 to 30.
Alright, but I feel that if we don't get to safety, we're all going to die. And we're all going to die together. And these people who have helped me selflessly are going to die.
Yep.
And it's an entirely different sensation
He's gonna rage.
to all the times I've done this before.
Anyway.
This isn't a rage for myself anymore. And I will rage to give myself more strength to pull people along better.
Selfless rage.
Selfless rage.
I like it.
I will allow it.
I will allow it.
I like it. Because he actually has purpose.
Yeah.
For the guy you met like yesterday.
You just saved me from falling like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
You've proved
You're
that.
proving yourself. The only one that's different is
Yeah, but he could put in a good word with someone.
Robin the Brave. Robin the Brave. So Robin the Brave is freaking out. Actually, you can roll one more time for me because I want to know if this set off any. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It set it off.
yeah. So I'm just back here going, shaking. I'm like, whoa, God!
Robin, you should get really mad about this.
Who is Robin? My name is Faye.
All right,
Great.
Avalanche!
Oh God!
run.
Roll again for, reaction. Okay. Still terrible. Still a terrible reaction.
Still confused.
He's so screwed up.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys are going to try to head to this building.
Yeah.
The building is more northbound, but to the right, so northeast, trying to climb this mountain. So you're actually heading uphill right now, trying to get to this. And it's barreling down on you. So
Do you need me to make a climb check?
yes. Because technically you're still at the front of the pack, and you are the only one, well, you're one of the only few that move at regular speed.
20.
Yep, you're fine. You are moving at regular speed, Morgan, if you
Yeah.
want to roll again.
For what?
You're
help
going to
me
try to
pull
help
these
pull
people.
these slower people
So is
going.
that strength?
Yeah,
I
or
got-
climb.
Oh,
if you have
come
it.
on.
I have
rolled my
negative
4.
2
What was
to
that?
climb.
That was reflex.
Then you probably have negative 2 to strength, do you?
So
I
then,
know.
Alright, just roll it.
It was.
All right.
Mine was actually a 10.
I'm not excited for this.
That's a 17.
17.
That was very good.
my
So
goodness.
you're trying to help pull this group. You're
Out of
doing,
nowhere.
you're doing fine. You weren't an issue when they had to get up, so you're okay.
I'm
So you
chilling.
guys are trying to pull them along as quickly as you can, and the avalanche is just coming closer and closer and closer. And you guys are almost there, and I need everybody to make a final reflex save to try to get to this building. Your will to pull them is the rage is in you.
21.
It's heating you up. You're like, I'm gonna get these guys here. Morgan,
13.
23.
Alice,
16.
10.
On the natural 1.
7.
13.
I got an 18.
Alright, so this is what's going to happen. This half of the table, all the way up to Joe, which means Victus, Atlas, Morgan,
Did you say Victus?
Azul. Sorry, not Victus. Havoc.
It's also Zool, not Azul.
That was Azul.
No, it's not
Zool.
Zool.
There's
That
only
makes it easier then, because I'm the A's was messing me up. So Zool. I don't know why. I don't know why.
The dog.
Havoc, Zool, Morgan, and Atlas all make it. This side of the table, on the other hand, you guys are in trouble.
Oh no.
You get swept first.
I got my knife. No, I have my clouding pendant.
As soon as you get
Give me an ice
grabbed,
axe.
Yeah.
as soon as Atlas makes it clear, just before, just in front of the building where the avalanche starts going over the building, he turns back, and the rope rips. Right there.
Okay, I got like a Mulan move here. I'm gonna throw my javelin with precise aim with a rope.
Aha! I have a rope tied to this javelin.
So quickly, all four of you turn around because you made it, and you see this is what you see in slow motion. First, Victus just gets swept,
Oh no!
and then you see Griff get yanked back to go with him and gone.
You couldn't give anybody some more rerolls for their saving throws there?
Just wait. And then you see Dr. Hippocampus, another rip, but when he gets ripped, the cord rips again, and Frey makes it through. Just at the last
See,
second.
just the people we care about.
So basically, your muscles were enough to where the rope just snapped it, and you just made it at the last. It was like one last second hurrah when you changed back into Frey.
Right.
Just like that.
This was
Just like that. The snow
braided
goes.
mammoth hide rope. It shouldn't have snapped.
So snow goes over. You guys that have made it can all enter the building, or stay right outside, I guess, if you want to see what happens. The snow is starting to come. It's coming over the building right now. So you guys have to either get inside or under the building. Almost, I guess you could, because the way it is, it's like one of those old wooden log cabins to where it's like risen. So you could go under the building, or you could go up into the building.
Go inside.
Alright.
Yeah.
We need to do something about
So
We're rolling
who's at
together.
the door first?
I
I
was-
believe it would actually be.
I'm on time.
Oh, you're not running to the door.
So I'm assuming there's
So as soon as you guys kind of made it clear to where the building was blocking you from the path,
Yeah.
you all quickly turned around and saw what happened. But then you look back, and now there's snow coming over the building, almost.
Yeah, but there's still
On the
going to be
roof.
a little eddy.
Yeah, but it's coming fast. Is
Alright,
what I'm
fine.
saying.
I'm just going to... Once everybody's inside...
It's either
I'll-
you can get inside the building, or you can go under the building, because, like I said, it's a raised wooden cabin. So it's like... So imagine it's on a slope like
Alright,
this.
we go inside.
So it's like on a slope like
We
this.
go
So-
inside. I can't handle this description.
It's really not that hard.
It's a floating.
Then why isn't there sno coming underneath it?
Because
Ice.
half the house is still into the ground. Alright,
I
here's
got-
the slope. Ready?
We
Ready?
go
Ready?
inside! We go inside!
Alright. You break down this door as quickly as you can. It's a little cold,
On the
obviously.
mountain.
Yeah. We go inside.
It's really not that hard. So you guys get inside and shut the door quickly, and
I'll stay at the door and look down at the white where my friends have disappeared.
you can see white, and then you start seeing snow coming over the building and start plopping down in front of you until eventually
Help me stay at the door, because if this gets blocked up, that's bad.
That's fine. The snow is rising though quickly. It's just like this, and then eventually it's not actually at the door, but it's in front of you, and eventually it just goes black.
Yeah.
So it's finally calmed down. You don't hear the rumbles of the avalanche anymore. I believe you're still looking out the door.
I'm looking out the door, yeah.
All right, so Havoc's looking out the door.
Do I have a shovel?
And they're completely buried in. Like, you can't see out. It's just black right now. For those of you who are inside, which I believe is Morgrim, Zool, Atlas, and which one are you
Frey.
now?
Right
Frey.
now. I just turned
I
back.
have to ask. I'm like, I don't remember which one's which. You guys are inside, and it's completely black inside this building because all the windows are obviously covered right now. And
And the snow's piled up in front of me too, right?
so pretty much it fell over the side of the building until eventually it finally built up enough to where it's clogged. But I mean, you got at least like 5 feet of room till you actually touch the snow almost because you got a little bit of like a porch setting.
Alright, well.
So
We got limited
But
air
it
right
was
now.
it was going on for, I mean, a good solid like over a minute.
We need to get out there and
Snow
look for
was
our
coming.
friends.
Alright, so I've stopped raging and I have taken enough time to recover from my exhaustion or fatigue.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a couple minutes, so you guys are inside right now, so I mean, I don't know what you're doing. And he's just out there looking, and it's like, alright, it's finally stopped, the noise has stopped.
Alex is going to take a look around the cabin.
You're gonna need a light.
So what do
I can see in the dark.
Oh, well, there you go.
I can too. Elf.
Elf. I just love it.
Elf?
No, I just meant like dark vision.
vision.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Who has dark vision?
I have low light.
Low light. You're not there. Shut up.
What do we see?
I can see
We're not, I'll get to you three later. You're dead.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I
When you
can't
start rolling
do anything
You're
about
a
it
human,
right
so
now.
yeah, you don't have dark vision.
Um,
So right now,
Low light vision, actually.
I got. What are you, half elf or an elf?
An elf, full elf, low light vision.
I think that's right.
Yeah, I got the.
Yeah, elves have low light. I have dark vision because I took the thing where if I enter the light, I get dazzled. But I also took the thing where I'm immune to being dazzled.
So pretty much the only person who can see inside is Alice, and you can't really see either.
I can't see either. No.
So Alice, what do you want to do?
I'm looking around.
All right,
What's in here?
you roll a perception check.
I just want to look.
All right, whatever. I just want to see what you would roll again. I want to
It'd
see
be like
another
a
one.
cube, so.
So you're in this old. This cabin looks like it's been.
It's a 3.
It's actually kind of. It looks like it's been frozen in time almost. So it doesn't look like there's not any dust or anything like that, but everything's just like kind of like just stuck in its position. It's not actually frozen, but it looks like it's just been set there for a long time, and no one's actually touched the inside of this cabin for a while. You look up on the wall, and you can actually see a map of tunnels. And it goes all the way up, and you can see the mountain peak. So it's like an old miner's map, almost.
Is there like an entrance into mines in this
Take
cabin?
the map.
You can see some entrance points, but it doesn't have a "you are here" mark kind of a deal. So to find out where
Have
you
come
are
over here
on
and look
this-
at this map.
It's dark.
Right.
Spend an Arcana
I'll bring
point.
it to you.
Does anybody know?
He can't see either.
Does anybody know?
It's completely dark in here.
What you could do is give me a perfect memory of that map. I can't see it, but I'll have
It's
the memory of it.
it's completely dark, so nobody else in here can see but you right now.
I have flint and steel. If we have something that I can.
I hold up my lantern.
I also
No,
have
you
my
have a
lantern.
lantern this whole time.
Lantern.
I've had a lantern this whole time too.
No.
But I
No
don't.
one's gotten to use it yet.
We need to poke holes for air if we're
Well,
going to use flame.
that was the first thing I was going to do. But
the
it
first
wasn't my
person you
turn
wanted.
yet.
We're avalanche trained.
I know we are.
She's got to use her beak.
And it makes sense for both of
I
our
was going to use my
characters too, because we live in the
javelin or my
mountains.
spear. Alright, so I'm going to let them do their actions, and then we'll think critically here and let us know when we can do our stuff.
I can just go in a row here. So you're bringing the map over to Havoc.
I'm announcing I have flint and steel. I'm just sitting there in the dark going, I can't do anything.
All right, Morgan.
So I'm not sure which is longer, my two-handed spear or my javelin. But
Your two-handed spear by
all
far.
right, I use my two-handed spear to walk up to the door walk out. When I reach snow...
So you jab me standing in the door.
Sorry.
Do you see this hand? I'm walking with my hand up my
Alright, I catch you
Jab on this
and
way.
I direct you down the steps.
Fabulous.
To the snow.
Awesome. When I reach the snow and I'm touching snow with my hand, making sure it's not a person, I'm going to level it slightly at an angle up and move it slowly to see if I can reach
How long is this weapon?
air.
I don't know.
Is it reach? Is it a long spear?
It just is
You have a short spear.
I have a two-handed.
And you have
says
a two-handed spear.
Yes, and a javelin.
That
And then
a two-handed spear would be a long spear, and you would so it's a 10-foot reach.
okay.
Plus
Okay.
your height.
So you poke out
Plus my
enough.
little
You
height.
poke out enough, and when you come back in, you have just a little bit of light coming in as it's it's starting to become dawn.
And a rush of air as well.
Yep.
Alright, I'll take the spear from her and poke more holes.
Okay.
Because we need several.
Yes, we do.
Frey, what are you doing right now?
I'm
Should we
going
like wiggle it,
to
make a big one?
go outside.
We'll work on that.
You can't.
You can be on the porch, but that's it.
Okay, so I'll go on.
You're over where he's poking holes right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if there's anything I can do to help him because I don't have anything that I could help with other than just start slicing up the snow with my sword.
If Victus were here, he'd ask me to make a shovel.
Miss him already.
That son of a bitch. I can't make a shovel, you're hitting!
As he yells that,
But you can dig.
I can dig earth.
what? Alright, as you're yelling, I can't do that.
Oh man. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh shit, that's a lot of sixes.
I think half damage on magic spell.
This is an avalanche.
Evasion.
Evasion. No,
You three have taken 32 damage.
I'd be dead.
Yes,
So
I'm
glad I'm in
dying.
the house.
You're dying.
Yes.
Okay. You guys can all roll a d20.
I would have executed you.
I need my.
Take a little less damage since I'm immune to cold at the moment.
It's not that you're immune to cold, you just got hit and thrown around like a rag doll.
How much damage?
32.
32.
I need my notebook.
I would have taken 3 less.
So I'm rolling for. So I'm rolling for stabilization.
What are we rolling?
Yeah. Well, no, I want you just to roll d20, all three of you right now.
I got a 20.
Okay.
A 6.
And
That would have been real nice when I was using reflex save.
12.
you luckily are at the top of the pile. You are not buried.
Oh, okay.
You luckily got thrown around, but you got thrown around hard, but luckily you didn't get buried. You're just on top now.
So because
So you got a little bit...
he was knocked unconscious, so his body just sort of floated to the top.
He might have bounced off a tree. I don't really know. A lot of snow came in, so you're luckily not buried, but you are at the top of the pile.
My superpower's luck.
Yeah. You other two, are you guys conscious or not?
Yes. I'm conscious.
You guys can't see anything.
We know how to.
Now you can roll
I spit! I spit!
I was just going to say that too.
One at a time. Roll for stabilization. I can put these dice away. It was only for that 1 moment. I've been really
Oh, how do you have to roll?
Isn't it a flat D10?
Do I just have to beat my damage?
Didn't they have some kind of thing?
What's it
that
say?
was, like
The
magic
sheet
healing
for stabilization.
wound path that I just learned?
I don't know where I'm looking. Skills.
I don't know where you're looking.
Oracles can cast cure wounds.
Yeah, but I got a thing that was like if you just know all of like the cure wound tree, as far as
You
I
know
think-
cure. So you know lesser cure, bigger cure, medium cure, cure.
So
Isn't
as
it
goes up the chain?
a fortitude save versus 10 plus the damage below 0 you are? Is that right? That sounds right.
No.
That's
Someone
something
give me a book.
I don't have the book. Zach does.
Books right here.
So what I can do at this point is
I'll get back to this side. I'll tell you in a second. This is all happening at the same time. You guys are poking holes,
So Zach,
Yeah, but we're
poking
away from
holes.
You have to find it first.
So I can
Dr. Hippocampus and Griff both had the same idea to
You don't
spit
see
to
them.
see if we're facing
You
down.
don't see that.
Yeah, I'm just waiting until everybody
Line
figures
sight.
this out, and then we'll get back to it. Because right now there's a lot talking. This is all going to get cut.
You're seriously. I gotcha.
Well, if you find me,
You're on the top, aren't you?
I guess I am.
But you don't know where he is.
Yeah. Somebody who is on the top would be a
Just keep breaking through ceilings. Fuck, I need that. Oh.
Do the exact same thing as last time. Identify the dealers.
I like the part where it's like,
Does stabilize require line of sight?
You have to touch for stabilizing.
It's range. 25 feet plus 5 feet for every 2 levels.
talking, and then Jonah was like, shut the fuck up.
And yeah, it needs line of sight and line of effect.
Were you at full health?
Yeah. I'm a rogue.
He's not
I
meant
have
to.
a constitution.
I
of
wasn't
0.
meant for
He's
avalanches.
not designed to get hit
A
by
character must make a DC 10 Constitution check to become stable.
Okay.
The character takes a penalty on this roll equal to his negative hit point total.
Oh, yeah, 0.
So it was 32 damage?
Yeah.
So it's a -3. So I gotta be a 13, but I have a +2 from Fortitude, right?
Constitution.
Constitution?
Yeah. Okay, so 0.
Great. I'm sorry.
So you have to hit a 13.
And how many times can I do this?
Well, every time you do it, the next
you
turn's
lose
gonna be
1 hit point every round.
So you're going to be 14 until eventually you're just out of reach.
Pathfinder the
Alright,
same
so this
way.
is the first one.
Negative
Yeah,
that
that's
we'll
fine.
roll every single time.
Yeah, I'll get back to you every time when it's needed.
I stabilize.
Perfect. So you're just unconscious on top of the snow. So it worked out.
I got a 15.
For purposes, you bounced off a tree. Just we're gonna say that. Sure. Because you didn't end up getting buried, you just hit a tree and the snow avalanche just kept smacking you and smacking you and
stable.
smacking you until eventually it stopped and you just kind of landed forward like that. Alright, now what were you two doing?
Spitting.
Alright, so you're both spitting.
Because they want to see where it drops
You-
for down.
Are upside down, you are straight
Yeah.
up.
I guess I'm gonna try and strength
Now,
check
hold
my
on.
way out of here.
How do they see that if it's pitch darkness? Are you feeling
They
for
can
it?
feel the
Feel if the spit comes back.
It's either coming back at you or
It's like dripping up his nose, or is it going
it's
down his
going
chin,
you can
gravity.
tell.
back into his
Gravity.
face?
So what do you two want to do?
I'm gonna.
You guys know where you are. You're backward, so you're upside down, Zach.
I'm
Or,
gonna
sorry,
try
get the
strength
thing. I
check
fucked
my
up.
way out.
Griff, you're upside down, and Dr. You're straight,
God
but
bless you.
you're buried.
I'm gonna try and strength check and wiggle and win
All
until
right.
I can make some space. I rolled a 2.
All right, and Dr. Mountainous takes 2 non-lethal damage
Why?
because that's how the rules work with buried.
Oh.
I think
Okay,
it's
well,
not
I'm
like-
ready to rules, huh?
It's not. It's just non-lethal.
I thought this game didn't have non-lethal.
No, that's non-lethal.
What do you think I've been knocking
Now-
people out with?
Does non-lethal go up to your current hit points?
Counts up to your current hit points, and once it exceeds them, you fall unconscious.
Okay.
That's when you start
Doubles-
taking lethal damage.
Yeah.
Well,
I need
keep track
to
of it.
Check.
Yeah, just keep track of it.
Do you know any fire spells?
That
fireball.
might hurt you.
I use my.
Just a meteor explodes from the ground.
So I
Got
start, I start commanding my mage hand to dig a little space around my mouth and then start a little bit around my arms to try and get some
Mage
wiggle.
hand just verbal.
He has a stone
I have a
amulet that
trinket.
can just do it.
That lets me
Yeah,
do
if it's a trinket, then he doesn't need to use components for it.
But isn't it line of sight? So if you can't see where he's looking.
Well, darkness is still counts as line of sight. It's just
Yeah.
concealment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You can start doing it, but it has nowhere to push the snow to.
Snow
It
can
can
pack
come back.
Yeah, can you pack this
Build
one?
it.
So at least I got some,
And
I got some
Griff, what are you
breathing
doing?
Hang on, I'm reading.
He's going to reverse time.
So before all of this ever happened,
We're all walking. There's an
we're back at
avalanche.
the house.
We know!
We're back at the beach when this all started.
And then he woke up at home.
After the nuclear bomb explodes. And he's like, reference to the Nicolas Cage. What was that Nicolas Cage movie?
The one where he controls time?
Yeah.
It's a horrible movie.
You guys should watch Randy. It's fucking gets into a chainsaw battle. Yeah.
Sorry.
After taking
I do like me some chainsaw battles.
it's like 40 minutes of art house shit, and then it just turns into like a slasher movie where the good guy is the slasher.
Alright, this could end badly.
Spoilers, listeners.
Let's see what Griff's doing.
For when this comes out, when Mandy is like 8 months old.
Oh, my phone died. Alright,
Oh no.
I'm gonna do something stupid.
Well, that's
That's
Oh, I
the
know,
best
right?
kind of thing to do.
Alright.
this type of situation.
Fireball.
I'm gonna
Could
use
just wait.
sun metal on my mace, which
Okay.
makes it erupt into flames,
Yep. Oh, I understand.
and I'm gonna start digging myself up.
That seems right.
The snow will melt. I know, I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, so say you're upside down, right? You're completely buried. So it's up here. So it's starting to melt there, but it's not melting around here. So
The whole thing's on fire.
all the way up to your hand is on fire.
And it doesn't hurt the wielder.
Okay, no, if it goes all the way up, then yeah, you're going to start melting slowly and you're going to start pushing through.
Just gonna burst through the ceilings.
Lucky son of a bitch. Okay, yeah, you're gonna do that. You're gonna take 5 non-lethal damage, and I'll come back to you. All right. Okay. But you're starting to you're being able to move your hand right now. Yeah. Let's go back to you guys. We're gonna start with Atlas. What are you doing?
Atlas is presenting the map to Havoc.
All right. You guys.
Havoc isn't paying too much attention to it. He's working on widening holes and trying to find a way out.
At this point, is the hole wide enough that I can crawl through it, try to get up top?
Were you actually
we're circling the hole.
The hole is starting to get bigger enough to where enough light's starting to come in, and you know, sun's rising and everything, and then all of a sudden, roll strength check.
I'm good at those.
I'm
not good at those.
No,
that's a 4. I rolled a 1.
Gets ripped right out of your hands.
No, hey!
and then who is actually at this hole right now?
Me.
I'm looking up through it.
I'm standing.
I know you walked over. You were the one who had the spear. You were with him too. So everybody's over there. It sounds like right now.
I'm there.
You see legs of a horse walk right by and just pass by.
And they
took the spear?
Can I? How much do you weigh?
We don't have another to spare.
It was how big's my javelin?
Havoc weighs 155 pounds of sinewy hobgoblin muscle.
Why? Do you want someone who's light?
I was going to see if someone is good enough at like combat, or like if I can if the hole's big enough to where I can strength check to throw someone through the hole and see if they can see it.
I'm going to roll a perception check to see if I see any pieces of wood laying around that is roughly.
But they've been stabbing it.
No, I was going to say roughly spade sheet.
Spark?
He's looking
like in the house?
20. Spade, or just a piece of wood that I could, let's say, attach to a part of the leg chair that I have, and use that as a shovel.
You can makeshift some type of like wooden stick, almost a thick, enough to where you can start poking. It's not going to reach all the way up, but enough to where you're making enough.
I'm trying to find a shovel, like I can actually shovel the snow out of the way,
like a chair leg.
Okay,
I have a chair leg, but I wanted to like attach a piece.
So we could even use our hands if we wanted to.
Yeah, you can start actually like it's not like you're doing this. You're trying to path your way out. You're not like trying to get up. You can actually like make your own tunnel if you really.
Well, I was going to say any snow that's fallen from when we made the holes, I'd like to build it up so that we can crawl out.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we do that instead.
Intelligence.
So he's over there like I could make a shovel with this. She's just like.
Little bird scurrying on the top of the snow.
I mean, if it's going to hold anyone, it's going to hold me.
Alright, so you guys are still digging out?
And you can fly.
Yes, I can fly. But I don't know how big this hole is.
She's getting...
I suppose two people of sufficient strength could throw you through this hole
at
speed to then scout out over the mountain
and then
for lost
as soon
friends.
as you like hear how you start flying around.
like a missile out of a submarine.
Yeah.
Can we wait till this horse has passed, or do you throw me out while the horse is
No, well, we
need to catch you first.
So we
it's like,
get over here.
Yeah.
So my
Atlas
my
teleports
thought
out of the
process.
hole. You can see space outside of the hole.
You just see air, though. Yeah, you're looking up at the sky.
Yeah,
he's a solid object.
So he'll teleport into the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what I'm asking is, could I crawl up and back it down for
You already used your slow fall.
Yeah, you can once you're out, you can make it. I mean, they can almost do it themselves.
Is your wind gone, by the way? Just for
No.
because remember you did something with wind that made your hair stop.
Yeah, that's a different power.
Okay.
That's when I trip or push.
Alright, so are we able to get out? Is my
yes,
question.
they can push you out if they want to.
but they couldn't
But can
follow
we
me. Like
throw
I haven't
her
Yeah.
with such force?
You guys let go.
Yeah, I mean, it'll take them a little longer because they're a little bit bulkier, so they gotta widen the path. But you,
Okay, because my hope was since I'm smaller and lighter,
You
I could
can-
go pack it down.
yeah,
get
if
it
you want to
bigger.
do that, it'll just take you a few minutes to do it.
That's
because,
fine.
you know.
I will.
What's in the horse?
So you teleporting out, because you're going to be the first one out if you're doing this.
Yeah.
Right. You teleport out.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of the air.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I start falling.
Yeah. So you start going.
How far above the ground am I?
How did you teleport?
I
I'd
probably
say
didn't teleport very far.
10 feet, maybe? Not much.
Alright. I hit the ground.
Yeah.
What's around here?
Nothing.
Do you see
snow.
the horse?
Lots of snow. The sun's risen. The blizzard seems to have calmed down enough. You can
my
look up at the
spirit
top of the mountain, and the top of the mountain is getting very black at the top. A lot of smoke is really starting to come out now.
And like all the snow is sort of orange from the light of the rising sun.
Any spear flying around anywhere?
No, no spear, no
I'm
horse.
so
And I can see
upset.
the devastation of the avalanche down below.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, I poke my head in the hole.
Actually, you are up in the air. You can see it's laying on the ground by a tree.
my back, like,
You can see him. So you see a tree like cocked, and you see him lying down face first into the snow.
I split the tree.
Alright.
That is actually yeah.
Did he see
I
the
forgot.
I poke my head into the hole and I say, I can see Victus down the hill.
Get him!
What of the
You guys
horse?
What horse?
Oh.
Do I see a horse?
Nope.
Do you see any
Do you have
tracks
a rope?
or anything?
How's Victus? Is he in any trouble?
He looks dead.
I can probably
Okay.
heal him. I don't know.
Throw
Let me see how.
a rope down. Let me up. I will glide down to him and heal him.
We need to remain roped up so nobody else falls through the snow.
Yeah,
I'm
that's true.
75
Actually,
pounds.
did you untie
I ain't
your
gonna
rope?
fall from nothing.
No, I didn't.
I didn't think. I'm assuming you would have just untied your rope when everybody got
It
inside.
probably would have just dropped to the ground.
Yeah,
I'm assuming everybody once they got inside was rushing. They just unhooked their rope. I mean,
Sure.
Yeah, you untied your
I
rope.
untied myself.
Yeah.
I'm assuming everyone just untied themselves.
Wait.
I'm gonna go get
Just
Victus.
laughing.
Not
You guys
on,
keep digging out.
not on foot.
No?
No, it's dangerous. We need to rope up and to go as a group.
While you guys are arguing,
I mean,
you're
we're
still stable.
digging.
Yep.
No, that's fine. You guys are doing that. Dr. Hippocampus. What do you do?
Hippocampus focuses his mind
We go, the mind blade.
Mind bleed!
on his shield. And he uses his shield. He uses his mind arsenal power to use his shield as a weapon to attempt to attack the snow and push it with the shield.
How are we going to figure this out?
It's gonna be up to whatever the hell I want it to be. That's
Snow
how.
immune to psychic damage?
Well, no, what my mind arsenal does, it takes a weapon and makes a physical attack with the weapon.
Oh, okay. So it'll be like swinging the shield.
Yeah.
So he makes like a
Yeah.
psychic snowplow.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
original.
And you.
That sounds like an amazing anime attack.
That's the sound of
Psychic snowplow!
igniter on my stove.
I'm trying to do this in my head.
Takes.
Alright, how far? I'm trying to figure out how far this would be.
takes
That's
that
my
forward, or
problem.
does
I
he
don't
go
really
forward?
know how far that could possibly push.
Have him make like a charisma check to
Determine
force it. Yeah, have him roll an attack and see how high he gets.
I'm gonna use a full round action to attack twice.
This is Roach.
Ooh. 11 plus strength, 14 plus attack bonus, which is 6. 20?
Make sure I'm getting my way out of this.
Ooh, 2.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you push it about 3 feet. So a good chunk has just moved from your head. So where you're kind of
The shield's attached to like my
but I'm assuming okay. So this is you. You're like kind of like stuck, but you're in an upright position. So when you push it, it goes up. So
I'm standing.
so enough snow has come down to where you basically your chest area, like right about here, is free. But when you do that, you feel something right here with that motion.
Right where?
Right in his stomach area. You feel like something when you hit it.
Like the rope that was attached to me?
Yeah.
Have I hit him?
We don't know that.
Well, I'm going to...
Griff, you get hit in the face with a shield.
And you take 4 more non-lethal points of damage.
Can I attempt... Have I,
That was your turn.
Is the snow still over my head?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good to know.
Okay.
You have started to clear out enough, but make an attack roll.
An attack roll?
Yep.
I'm not attacking the snow.
He's attacking the darkness.
You have enough light to where you can actually see around you, and you can actually see the rope still attached to you, and it is... I'm trying to picture how you are.
Wasn't the rope? No, I can stand up now, probably.
You are literally split backwards.
Yeah, but I'm like legs shit around me.
Alright, so you think you've done enough to get around your legs.
Yeah. I've melted like a little hole.
Yeah, but you are literally backwards. Just because you melted a little hole doesn't mean your legs are free.
Yeah, it does.
No!
Like an igloo.
It wasn't that. That's not a little hole. That's fucking...
It's a big hole.
You can see the rope is going off into a direction, so it's actually going straight up.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's going straight up right now, so you can see where it's going through an angle. So what do you want to do? Because you're the only one with light.
How far apart were we?
5 feet.
5 feet?
It was about 6 something, if I remember right.
A little
I
over.
was doing
There's
the
5
math
feet
because
to tie
6...
around you.
Is there like slack down to my feet? Or is it like...
Huh? No. It's tight.
Oh, so that means me being stuck to that tree kept you high up.
Was I connected to you?
Yeah.
Low.
So then it's going down below me.
Oh boy.
Okay. So I'll just keep going up.
So you're going to go towards the...
Well, I'm going to cut the rope below me and then I'm going to...
That's why I wanted you to make a tackle to hit the snow a little bit, because I'm going to determine how fast you can get out.
Okay, well, I'm cutting the rope below me.
Okay, that's great. I don't care if you cut the rope.
I'm gonna
I
roll that
believe
again.
in bird culture, at least, this is considered a dick move.
It's like 7.
How long does that flaming thing last for? By the way?
It's gonna go out in a minute.
Okay, so 7? Okay, you cleared maybe a foot. Not much. And then 4 more non-lethal points. Go back to you guys.
Okay.
And you're out of the hole.
I'm out of the hole.
You guys are starting to get out of the hole. You're on your way up. You're like climbing in orderly fashion.
Look at you guys.
You're at the top. What are you doing?
How far away am I from Victus?
The tree stopped him, I say,
Oh, he could apparate.
75 to 100 feet. Oh, no. Sorry, more than that. Probably about 150 feet.
How far can you
Down, obviously.
60?
Good call.
Do you have a rope, Morgan?
Of course I do.
Let's feed it down to the fellows.
Pull them up. I would like to do that.
You and I
in
are
the
quite
ground.
physically strong.
I saw you pull that bird back up.
We're gonna pull them down.
Exactly.
Oh no! So this is a strength check.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Just gonna roll a natural 20.
It's -2.
I was gonna say, is it just It's whatever I roll -2. 7.
And what are you doing? You helping with the pole?
Please.
2 non-physical people.
They're heavy.
You're so fat!
It's all in the legs, Morgan. 9.
They're not helping you at all. You're gonna have to pull it up yourself.
Alright, well,
I'm assuming it's going, Havoc.
Can they attach the rope to
Am
something?
I above the surface yet?
Yeah, you're slowly
like
like
if
a
they're
train
a
right now,
tree or
so you
something
got...
that can attach it
I
to
don't know
it,
who
we
went
can
first
just
on you
start,
two, I don't
like,
really care,
up.
but you're kind of like pushing each other through, and I believe
wounds.
Frey is at the bottom. Right?
Yeah,
He's the
I
last one up.
I think at that order right. It's,
I do know.
So it went
Yeah,
Havoc,
And by
Zool,
me, I
Frey.
mean
So
me.
right
I know
now,
how to make
you're-
the avalanche anchor.
So you're just pushing your way through. I'm not going to make a check.
Wait a minute.
Mother-
Wait a minute. Can I use real life knowledge here?
no, that's metagaming.
Come on.
If you make a survival check You might be able to finagle your way into it.
Okay, all right.
No, no, it's not.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Survival. Oh, I got good numbers in that too.
I'm just lying here.
Okay. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 19 for survival check.
What are you survival checking?
I'm making an avalanche anchor. What I do is I take my javelin, and it's just like if it was a ice axe. I'm embedding it in the snow. You're making a T shape. You're latching your rope to it. They're going to pull, and the friction of the rope in the snow prevents it from going anywhere, and they hoist themselves up. So I don't have to pull them.
So once you two realize you can't possibly pull these three monstrous men, you do that, and yeah, it helps them. So
Need to lose some weight, Havoc. That really hurt my back.
Alright, so Havoc,
Crippled now.
Havoc emerges, then Zool, and then last but not least, here comes Frey. So you guys have all managed to get out of the hole.
You lift with your legs.
And you guys can decide what you're going to do.
Sharp, jerking motion.
Can I take, because my seat, my foldable chair kind of folds up like this and it has a cloth, so if I sit down on it with the legs pointing this way, it's actually more like a sled.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can sit down on that and kind of slide my way down to Victus.
You can certainly try.
I mean, at least it increases the area that you have on the snow.
I think you sliding at 60 plus miles an hour down the slope into our unconscious friend is a terrible idea.
You can roll for it. I
I gotta
figure it out.
I mean, how steep is this slope, anyways? Is it like I'm?
It's pretty steep.
Oh, it's not like
It's not like completely vertical. The higher you get, the more it's going to be like
Use
that.
the
But
range.
you guys only got
the range?
maybe you maybe got a third up the mountain until this happened, and they're getting shoved back down.
So pretty much, if I do go on the sled, I'm gonna be like zooming down there faster than I can stop.
If you can possibly do it, yeah.
But this is
Okay,
also
I'll probably wait for. We'll probably all jog down there.
really soft snow, so theoretically
You just
he would sink,
Yeah.
but it would increase his area.
you're basically going to slide, and all the snow's just going to cover you. Anyways, still stable.
Yep.
Dr. Hippocampus.
First, I'm gonna work to like dig the snow out a little bit so I stop taking non-lethal damage.
You can keep trying.
Strength check, I guess.
Sure.
17.
You're doing 2, right?
No, I'm not using my shield anymore.
Oh, so you
because
just
my
do one.
top half is free. I just
Alright, so you
push
did
away
about
some
another
rods.
2 feet, and as you're doing this, you see a foot. Like, actually, no. Oh, no, is your light still going?
He's below me.
I know.
Yeah, but you're upside down.
No, he's not. He claims he flipped himself around. But is your light still going on?
doesn't get the claim.
Then you don't see anything,
Yeah.
but your hand kind of breaks free from the snow. And wiggle around. Undead.
grab.
Something's tickling you.
And
Colby, do you grab and grab hard?
3 non-lethal points of damage. And Griff, you feel something below you as your light goes out. Real scary stuff.
You
And
can.
you can go.
Griff! Is that you?
Yeah.
Pull me out!
Can't do that.
I cut the rope!
Here, I'll pull
No,
the
he
rope!
didn't say anything. The rope was
I'll pull the rope!
The rope
You
ripped.
bastard!
in the avalanche. It
Non-lethal
ripped.
is up to your
Existing HP.
existing. Okay, so yeah, I have to heal.
This didn't matter.
When you heal non-lethal and also lethal damage.
Okay. So I might as well just use my big.
Does
They
the
draw
do
on
the
the
points
same
go to non-lethal first before going to his
But you
actual?
get equal.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
So it's if you heal 10 points, you heal 10 points of normal health, and you heal 10 points of damage.
So I'll use my level 3
Getting
heal.
close.
I need my D8.
I could have gotten 3.
Well, if he didn't stabilize immediately, damn. I tried.
12. 7. Max 15. So 15.
You heal?
No. Max 15 means that you can add a number
Oh,
of
max
people.
15.
That's an addition.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
plus 6.
So 6, 6, 7. So 12. 19 plus 6.
Is 25.
25.
25.
So you're 25 hit points better and 25 hit points of non-lethal.
So all his non-lethal's just gone because I haven't done that much yet.
And then 25.
But that's his standard action, is it not?
Yeah, I
It
can do
is a
this.
standard.
So take another 6 points of non-lethal.
I'm not fucking worried about that.
I know you're not. You're not worried. Woo! You have nothing to worry about. And
I'll control the next one.
and we're back to you guys. You are all out of the hole. All right, what are you doing?
So we got to get down to Victus. That way, there I can heal him, and then we can see where else needs healing.
It will be very slow going unless we send a flyer.
All right.
You can heal. You're a shaman.
I know, but I
And
can.
you've proven your survival ability. Go and set up
I
into the
can
snow.
live with Joe. I mean, Alice. That was
And I
my.
put their 10
How
foot
much
pole
is
away.
Atlas weigh?
Atlas doesn't weigh very much.
He is wind.
I weigh 145 pounds.
Pretty heavy.
That is actually really heavy.
You've flown with Atlas before. To be fair, it was inside my brain, but you've done it.
Yeah,
Yes,
really.
and I weigh 5 pounds less than Atlas.
Wait. How far can you apparate again?
60 feet.
Okay, and how far away are they?
150 feet.
What?
60 to 60? Oh,
An
we're
ambulance.
just not going to make it.
Loop.
Oh no, you're not. But I am from.
No, actually I weigh 150, I'm sorry. I'm 140 years old, I weigh 150.
Okay, hold
Which is
on.
only 5 pounds more.
Where is my fly?
Only I hadn't gotten that.
Once per day, once per day.
Hey, just be happy you stayed.
How close are
You could be dead right now.
Yeah.
I'm at 24 hit points.
I didn't even think your health was that low.
How much
to be honest.
non-lethal do you have? 9. Oh, you're good.
I don't know what you're
I'm a rogue.
So what?
I only got +2 on my
Okay.
last roll.
That's it.
That's not my fault you rolled like shit.
Okay, so
Yes.
if I travel 60 feet of flying and then I want to glide, and I glide until I like hit. I can glide until there's like nothing above me.
Yeah, but the way it slopes, you'll be gliding all the way down.
I can glide the whole way. I don't have to fly. All right, I'm picking you up and we're gliding the whole way there.
Do you want to carry me because I can heal?
Because basically, the way glide works, so say you go down 5 feet, but the slope's always dropping 5 feet, so you're never going to hit the ground
That's
until
what
you want it.
With
It's
me
like an orbit.
and all of my equipment, I weigh 180.
Exactly.
How much
With
do you-
everything.
So I was able to lift you.
Yeah, I weigh 145 pounds plus 20.
That's a good
pounds
escape
of
route.
burden.
You guys need to get down there.
So you weigh...
Yeah, the volcano really quick.
So 8 pounds
Last
less.
forever.
Yeah, but that's just her.
But how much
Well,
healing?
at least one of you will survive.
I can lift.
That's the story.
So-
one
I can lift
survived.
152, and if
you
I
can do a
recall,
thing
like
bird
Atlas
roll.
got
Who would've
pretty much naked for me.
Oh,
You can
Volley,
do
because
the
Volley's
back.
not here.
Yeah, so you can't carry
It's
me.
almost like I left him here.
I can only lift off the ground
Archaeology,
The whole
152.
move.
Expedition.
I didn't know Earth was
Yeah,
that
no,
long.
I have to get naked over that.
Do it. You want to get naked?
You saw legs, yeah.
No, I'll just walk down.
Or at least,
Okay.
well,
Oh,
it's
Alice,
not
you
like
can heal, right?
it might be a horse, it might not be.
No?
Expedition animal.
Okay.
Okay, so fine.
So-
What I'll do
You
is...
can tell.
What did you not need on?
That's it, it was just
Okay,
the legs.
I'll strip everything down.
So you
to,
saw one,
where just my vestments are on.
Gone.
Okay, so I take off my backpack, I take off my bow, I take off my arrows, I take off everything except for my
Okay.
vestments.
He's gonna get pretty much naked, so I can lift him. Otherwise, I can't lift him.
And in avalanche
By the
conditions
way-
on a frosty mountain.
By the way,
Endure elements.
I was going to say he has
Fair enough.
endure elements, so he's
Yeah.
going to be okay with that.
So
So how much do you weigh now?
I weigh 152.
Great, because I can lift off the ground 152.
Or 151. I think my vestments are only like 1 pound.
Why isn't she carrying you in?
Because he weighs
That
150.
I weigh 150.
He weighs exactly 150. So we're just gonna
Alright,
assume
so
2
you guys
pounds
you guys
here.
take off, you go about 60 feet.
Oh.
Great.
Everybody else, what are you doing?
Because you also have to consider.
All those who are not flying / gliding, what are you doing?
Let's rope off.
Yeah.
Pick up my stuff.
You left it behind.
Flying away.
To
You
heal.
turn the elements.
Yeah. And I'm not concerned with stuff, I'm concerned with lives.
Continue.
Believe me,
I'm really,
We're gonna have to go back up.
Shut up.
I've done enough.
I'm really intrigued by the animal legs that we saw walk by the hole there. So I'm going to use my survival skills to see if I can see any tracks left by it and see if I can determine if there was an animal.
Yeah, you can roll.
16.
You do not. What are you doing?
Okay.
I help I have a tie up. We do it.
You want to do another train?
Yeah.
Do you have enough rope? I mean, I guess you guys had enough rope because you guys didn't break apart, but he broke apart from his rope.
Yeah,
But you
we
should
don't
still
have
have enough
rope.
from them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're fine. All right, so you guys are going to tie each other up.
Is there rope in your bags?
I don't have any rope on me. It's just my bow, arrows, and everything else like that.
No, in your bags that you dropped.
Was there rope?
No, there's no rope. But could you still grab it?
Can you
No,
please
I
go?
You're down the mountain at this point. You can't do much asking.
You're about 60 feet away from them now.
Yeah.
And they're naked, so
Hey,
no one's really
grab my
listening to you.
stuff.
They're just like, oh my. Alright,
He's got
so
2
you're
pounds of
60
clothes
feet,
on.
you're tying each other off, and you were looking for tracks.
I was looking down at the ground.
But did not find them. Back to you guys, you're stable. Hippocampus.
Are my legs free now?
You've kicked out enough, I guess, to where you kind of have...
So can I...
You have like kind of a movement enough, so but you're still tight because you've only cleared most of your upper half. Like you're kind of pushing it so you can start actually moving.
Can I attempt to pull my legs up so I can get a little bend in my knees and like push on his foot to like push him up?
So okay, so right now,
Jesus,
you're stuck in place. I mean, I'm not saying you're stuck. You pushed about 3 feet of snow up.
Yes.
But then you
Compacted
went,
it.
yeah, and then you kind of reached out. You're kind of at max reach right now at where his foot is.
Yeah.
So if you want to try to pull yourself up, I mean, you can only go so high because there's not enough room unless you're like trying to do that because you got to mush your whole body into 3 feet.
Well, I'll keep digging.
I mean, you're close enough to where. Well, that's the problem. So what are you digging with right now?
My hands.
You can't reach any higher than what you've gone.
I'm digging around my legs.
Okay, yeah, you want to dig them out, and I mean, no, you can push yourself up enough to go to the ceiling, but you got to go higher. You can't pull your whole body up until you keep digging higher. So if you want
I'll dig higher.
if you want to pull yourself up like this, and then
I rolled a
keep
natural 20 to dig higher.
you broke free, and you can actually grab his legs, and you kind of like start going back down.
I'm not grabbing his legs. I'm not pulling
No. I'm saying you could grab his legs. Like you're getting there, but because you're breaking the snow between you two, he's starting to come back to you. So he's
I sort of like.
so instead of like
I put
making more room for yourself, you're bringing another body involved into
Stop
this. And 5 non-lethal damage.
I try to like.
That's why I got the rope! I'm not being crushed anymore!
Doesn't matter. 5 non-lethal damage.
Bullshit.
It's the rule. What I say is God. Griff, you're starting to go back down.
I'm pushing his foot up with my hands.
It's still unpleasant.
What to do?
Dig this out and then pull up me by the rope. Right?
Yeah, about that.
Let me go!
Yeah.
I'm dead!
You could probably
I'm
make
not dead yet.
the thing light on fire again.
See what it is.
I hate that dog.
Casting an illusion is just like a thing, right? The bonus action, or is that as full?
It depends on the spell.
Depends on the spell.
Back to the books.
What spell? Light. It's an action.
Good action. I want to do that.
Just turns around to see Dr. Blade looking at you with a hand.
Yeah.
Oh god, turn the light off.
I guess I'll just light my stuff on fire again.
Okay. So,
Do you
you light it on fire, and where are you pointing?
I'm
Up.
going up, man.
You break free.
That spell should probably still be active.
No, it's one round.
It's one round.
Look it up somehow. No. Not the full specs of it.
Alright, so you push your way up, and you melt enough snow, and you see light coming through. So,
I'm pretty sure it's just one round.
So you see light, and you can move around if you want with it a little bit more to try to clear out more space.
Yes.
And when doing so, you accidentally hit Victus.
Great, so my
It's great.
No, you're okay. You just poking a body. You can actually see Victus's arm like kind of just flop down into a little bit like that.
He's dead.
Can we see him? Can our group see his?
I mean, you guys are tying each other off. You're not actually looking at him. The only two that are actually looking... The only two people that are actually looking over there are Morgrim and Zool. And you just kind of see a big flaming piece of metal come out, go back down, and then you just see Victus's arm. He's like kind of like going back down.
we get there soon.
So you move. So we go back to you guys. You are no longer taking lethal or non-lethal damage anymore because you actually have some fresh air coming through. You guys are traveling another 60 feet, which puts you about 30 feet away from them.
Fabulous.
What are you three doing?
We've roped up.
We tied up.
All right, and are you guys proceeding on your way down?
Yeah.
Do you grab
My
Zool's
stuff
stuff?
there.
Luckily,
I'm leaving Zool stuff there.
Luckily, now that the avalanche has happened, the terrain is no longer icy.
Pick up all your stuff.
It's snow, so you guys can move at your regular speed.
Excellent.
You're not going to slip or anything.
I have the strength.
So you guys proceed going down. You moved about 30 feet. We go back to you guys once again. So Victus is still unconscious. You're no longer taking non-lethal anymore, Dr. Hippocampus, because you can see a very little bit of light coming through the first hole into the second hole into you.
Oh, I'm glad
So you
the
can-
light has stopped me from taking non-lethal
No, you
damage.
got air.
Nice air.
I was going to say, you're buried alive.
Air.
You can actually breathe.
Griff farts, and now you're taking non-lethal damage.
So you guys can continue to dig each other out. By the time
Each other.
By the time-
left in there.
by the time you're about almost getting ready to get out, Morgrim and a naked Zool show up.
I'm still wearing my vestments.
Still terrifying. You guys land, nice soft glide. By the time you glide, there's about 3 feet of snow that goes up to you, so it's a little chilly. And I know you got elements, you're fine.
No. No, I'm sorry. Continue.
No, so you guys land safely. You're right next to Victus, who's on the ground, still completely out, and you can see Griff trying to get his way out. And if you look a little deeper, you can see not a very happy doctor pretty far down.
I'm going to do Cure Moderate Wounds on Victus.
All right.
I'm gonna offer
You're-
Griff my hand.
You haven't
And get pulled down into the hole. Set up another snow anchor.
Sure, I'll set up another snowing.
6.
Easy as we.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's why I had it in my hands.
That's a D10.
Yes, you're right.
You can
D8 is this? Yeah.
It's the triangles.
It's okay, I do that all the time.
So 3 and 3 is 6 plus 1 per caster level, so 6 plus 6 is 12.
Cool. Victus is conscious. His face is still in the ground, but he's conscious. Griff is out of the hole, thanks to your little anchor.
Oh.
And Dr. Hippocampus is trying to get out as well. He is finally broken free from his own tunnel. And
Someone give me a goddamn hand.
he's starting to come
There's
up.
a rope.
The rope has been cut.
So it's my anchor and my rope.
She's got another rope.
You guys have
Do
been
not cut this
slowly
one.
progressing down the hill. You're a little bit more than halfway there on foot. You're getting almost pretty much there. You can do whatever you want now. It's all up to you guys now.
I stand up and stumble backwards,
Into the tree.
and then fall back.
Spit some blood.
If you guys look close enough to the tree, there's like a perfect blood outline of his figure on the tree.
Oh man.
He just hit it. There's no wounds on him. Blood just like squirts out of his skin.
So he's gonna have actually quite a few scars. So if you look, there was a little piece of the tree that was broken off, and it was like kind of jagged that went right into his back when he landed into the tree. So he kind of got a little bit like a puncture hole into the back of him.
Right in the
But
kidney.
it's all, healed up. You got a nice scar from it and everything.
Oh,
You're gonna have some back pain for a little
it's gonna hurt
while.
when I stealth.
So you're gonna have to work through that pain, but you're gonna make a full recovery. Maybe.
Could I do a heal check to see approximately how much more points people need before they can be up to maximum or anything along those lines?
Healing.
You can do,
Yeah.
you can do whatever you get.
Like a healing check, probably.
You can ask a gnome you know for a back rub.
Fanfic.
Alright, so we rope up.
Let's rope up. Yep.
You guys have enough rope now since everything got ripped.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna do a heal check to see if anybody else needs like some serious healing.
that's fine. By this point, everybody is all together.
Doctor,
You guys have made it down the hill. You're all convened.
I-
You're all happy that your 3 friends here have survived an avalanche, and it'll be quite a story for another day.
I give
26.
Zool all his stuff back.
Yep, that's fine. You're good. If you want to check.
Oh, you
He's
only
got
have 9
He has to tell you what he's. I don't know.
no.
I have no idea what it is.
I have 9 health.
Out of what?
27, 29.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you rolled for.
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah. 24 out of 56.
Okay, so I'm gonna do another
How close was I getting to you?
cure moderate wounds
Maybe.
on
For
Victus.
non-lethal now.
Not
9.
even close.
9? Oh, okay. So I
Actually-
still had at least another 2 turns.
14.
Where'd my pencil go?
Okay, you're fine. I didn't believe I was ever going to get to you.
5 is 13.
Because I did it
So
strategically.
19.
He was on top.
Tell that to
He was in the middle. You were on the bottom.
Victus.
But I flipped him backwards to
19
make it a little bit
Cool.
trickier is what I tried
Thank
to
you.
do.
Oh, we were smarter than you.
No, you can just heal yourself. You're fine. You never knew you were going to be back to maybe him. He was just going to be passed out, but then of course you cut the rope. I was like, oh shit.
I'm at full health.
You know what I was gonna do next?
Oh, God. Cover it up.
No, because if we started grabbing me and pulling him down, I was gonna use command target to make him not stop digging. Just stay there.
That's so mean.
Try that again.
I thought you were his assistant.
No, just want to get into the top.
Alright, so you guys are all back together. You're healed up. It was a close call. Avalanche almost got you.
Oh yeah,
I got our stuff back.
That deserves a cheese.
Frey was nice enough to bring you your items.